Greetings, comrades. Welcome to All Power to the People podcast on Grown Folks Talking, Express Yourself Internet Radio via the Huddle Team app. We meet every Sunday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. We discuss local, national, and global events that impact the material conditions of the people and provide viable solutions. We are here to find those tired of the way their lives are socially constructed. As Panthers, we use dialectic materialism. As Dr. Huey P. Newton stated, power is the ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desired manner. From combating the housing crisis to police patrols, we are the vanguard in place to serve our communities. The purpose of this program, which Western culture calls politics. Politics is the struggle for resources. Participating in America's electoral process has only taken resources from the people and handed it to the oligarchs and the professional managerial class that serve them by maintaining the status quo through coercion. We know that power lies with the people, and it is our duty to organize and educate the community so that they can fight for their own liberation. So please, join us every Sunday at 12 p.m. You can join by downloading the Huddle Team app, join online, or call in. The app and joining online is free, but if you call in, standard messaging rates may apply. Links to the show will be provided in the caption. This is General Secretary Patience of the new African Black Panther Party, NABPP North. All power to the people.
I'll be having conversation with people, and they'll be like, so what do we do? What is our option? How do we change our material condition? How do we change the reality around us? I mean, you can't do that. This is from our food program. I mean, so that's why I'm starting off like this to show everybody like the things that you could do in the community. As Panthers, we come together in North to get this food to go out and give to the families that are starving. We all know, if we live in these communities, we know how hard times are. We're all going through it. We eat the same food too. We take the food in our home and we put them in our bellies. This is our during the school year, all year round. We don't have enough money to go build a school to be able to bring in all these children and stuff. We don't have all of that, but we can create an after-school program. And this is one of the ways we bring the kids in with the after-school program so they could come in for us to give them that knowledge, to teach them, and try to help guide them through this reality, through this world. You say they teach you about 9/11 in school?
Yeah.
What did they teach you about 9/11? Why did the plane hit the buildings? You got to say it loud enough so I can hear you.
The Muslim airjacked the plane and then they crashed some shit into the Twin Towers.
That's what they taught you, that the Muslims hijacked the plane? That's okay. That's okay. Relax. But why did they crash into the Twin Towers? They didn't. Anybody? Hey, what you were saying, Major? Hold up. Let Major speak. What'd you say, Major?
Other plane and it was more hijackings from the other plane and they crashed into that.
But why did they crash into the Twin Towers? So they crashed into the Twin Towers to go to New York. They died to go to New York.
They wanted to go. Hijackers wanted.
But
they crashed into the Twin Towers.
Oh, they wanted to go land in New York, but they crashed into the Twin Towers. So anybody else got something to add? Archie, you got something to add? What you want to add?
And then they crashed into different places.
That's it? Yeah. So nobody can tell me why the planes crashed? Why the planes did that? Nobody can tell me? But don't you think the school should tell you why?
Yeah.
So, like, if the school not telling you why, what does that mean?
They keep it secret.
Wow.
Gatekeeping.
Whoa, where you get gatekeeping from, bro?
I say gates.
But where you learn that at? You say me? you burnt out, yo. You burnt out. Nah, but the reason why they crashed into the into the Twin Towers is because the American government, America was going to their country, taking their natural resources, stealing their stuff, killing their people. So they got mad. They stole a plane and they came and crashed it on the World Trade Center to get back at America. That's why they did it. No, it wasn't one plane. I think it was 2 or 3. Was it? I think it was one. No, I think there was one in D.C. and there was one in Philly or something like that. That they. Yeah. Huh?
And I basically got right there.
There was two
Twin Towers, and then another one tried to crash into the place that Trump lives in.
The Trump Tower?
I think they told
Ain't no plane trying to go to the Trump Tower. The White House? Did the plane try to go to the White House? Pentagon. One went to the Pentagon. But these people be lying. The media be lying. The politicians be lying. So you never know what's true. But why they really did it, they said because America was going over to their countries and they were killing their people. They were taking their resources and they were putting military bases in their country. So that's why they did it. I mean, that's why they went over there and did it. So they call that blowback. Like when you go to another country and you do stuff to them and then they come back over here and do something, like they call that blowback. It's like get back. Yeah, it's like get back.
So imagine another country.
You said they should have did more? Then we gonna die. If they knew, because we gonna die. I don't want to die.
What if we wasn't alive at that time?
But we're going to continue this later, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all. We're going to continue later. This is our summer basketball camp. It's going on right now. Every day from 9 to 1. We have this basketball camp that that the kids come out. Yo, it's all about organizing and finding ways to bring people out, bring the children out to be able to organize them. I mean, when you're doing these things to bring the children in, to bring the community in, yo, you got to be serious. You can't be playing around with this. It was like when the kids come here, at the end of the summer, they're stronger, they're faster, they're quicker, and they know more about the game, about the sport than they did before. You know, we watch their minds develop every day while we're talking about Pantherism. What do we do? What are the solutions? Yo, there's solutions here. I mean, the solutions is organizing our own community, creating an economic base where we can be able to feed ourselves, take care of ourselves without having to bow down to somebody else, without having to beg somebody else for our humanity. Yo, I refuse to go beg anybody to give me humanity. I would take my humanity by force. I understand I am not free. We understand we are not free as Panthers. There's no doubt in our mind if we are free or not. And you cannot hold anybody that's under oppression, that's under neocolonialism, responsible for how their life turned out, because they control no institution. I mean, I often hear people say, like, the drug dealers, the worst thing in our community is drug dealers, because they're stupid. They're ignorant. They haven't educated themselves to understand the world around them. So they just open their mouth and regurgitate whatever they heard somebody else say. You're a fool if you believe anything out here is your fault or our fault. Seriously. And I'm telling you, I work with the community all day and all night, and I know how ignorant the community can be. But I don't blame the people for the conditions they find themselves in. They have nothing to do with how anything is done materially in this world. They're just bystanders. The people that I hold accountable is those that know, the intellectuals that's supposed to know better, but continue to usher our people into institutions of white supremacy, of imperialism, that will continue to exploit us. Tell our people to go vote. What are you voting for? I mean, who are you voting for? Who do they serve? They don't serve the people. They won't serve the people, or they won't survive in those institutions. Get your phone. My song. What's your thought? Get some from. Get some. Let me see. Hold it out, Fabi. Mira. Hold it out. Let me see. Yeah. Hold up. You got it? You like it? There we go. You're welcome. What's your name? What position you play? Oh, picture. You're the picture. You're a picture. Your children out here?
I'm just watching.
Oh, you just watching? You just watching too? My name Afrikan. Afrika. Yeah, the continent. Continent. Yeah, continent. Welcome to All Power to the People on Grown Folks Talking. Express Yourself. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing good today.
Turn your camera.
My camera, what?
Go to the next slide and make sure your camera's on.
Hold up. Yeah, it's on. I put it on already. You see it?
All right, we're good. Yes.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome to All Power to the People on Grown Folks Talking. Express Yourself. Yeah, make sure you express yourself too. I need conversation. I need you to talk to me. I mean, this is not just about me talking. I need you to talk to me. It gotta be a two-way conversation here. But a little bit of house cleaning that I gotta do every week for people like this may be their first time coming here. I keep freezing. Do you notice that, General Secretary?
Yes, but
yeah, it keep freezing, but that's okay. But look, we are all living in this world, man. We all got to deal with the circumstances, the things that's going on out here, man. We all dealing with the same thing, even though it's like we all on our own islands. We're all dealing with the same circumstances. Like rent is crazy, housing is crazy, food is crazy, the education system is horrible, like the police, everything, man, everything. Got all the way down to car insurance, registration fees, everything. I mean, the world that we living in right now, it's like there's no checks and balances, and we can't control anything. It seems like we don't have the ability to affect anything, as if we have no power, when the power is really in all of us. I mean, as Panthers, we believe you have to educate yourself. I mean, you can't do nothing. You can't change the conditions outside unless you educate yourself. So we go back and we read from our luminaries. We read from our ancestors. Listen to what they said we must do if we want to be able to survive. And then filter that through our circumstances and our reality today. All of us growing up, if you grew up in the United States of America, you went to school in the United States of America, you were a black person, you've heard of W.E.B. Du Bois. You've heard of him. I mean, if you do a little bit of studying, if you're around a little bit of academics, you've heard of the Philadelphia Negro. The Philadelphia Negro was his work explaining the condition of black people in Philadelphia in 1856, I believe. So we went back, and we on chapter 11. We've been going through to listen to what he's saying and the advice that he's given us for us to be able to survive out here. We got other stuff we're going to talk about, but every show, when we come, we start off with some information, with some knowledge, some food for the mind. So I'm about to play it. I'm going to try not to stop it that much, but the first couple of minutes, there are things that I want to point out. So I'm about to start it right now.
Negro, Chapter 11, Section 29, Property. We must next inquire what part of these incomes have been turned into real property. Philadelphia keeps no separate account of her white and Negro real estate owners, and it is very difficult to get reliable data on the subject. Even the House.
Well, can everybody hear it? Is it clear?
It's clear to me.
It's clear to you? All right, I'm about to put it back on. If it's too low, if you can't hear it, please let me know.
The House inquiry could, but approximate the truth on account of the number of houses owned by Negroes but rented out through white real estate agents. From the returns, it appears that 123 of the 2,441 families in the 7th ward, or 5.3%, own property in that ward. 74 other families own property outside the ward, making in all 197, or 8% of the families who are property holders.
So 8%, he said in 1856, 8% of the black people that were living there. I think, at that time it was 40-some%, like 45% of the people that lived there were black people. So he's saying out of those people, 8% of them, out of 8% of the black people had property. Yo, this is important. I need you to pay attention to that. Yo, not all the black people had property. 8% of the black people had property. Just think about that for a minute. 8%. And what did those 8% do with their property? Who were those 8%? But keep talking, my guy.
It is possible that omissions may raise this total to 10%. The total value of this property is partly conjectural, but a careful estimate would place it at about $1 million, or 4.5% of the valuation of a ward where the Negroes form 42% of the population. Two estimates for the whole city represent the holdings of the well-to-do Negroes, that is, those having 10,000 and more of property, as follows. In all these, persons represent an ownership of at least 1,500,000. The other property holders can only be estimated. The total ownership of property by Philadelphia Negroes must be at least 5 million, not including church property. Comparing this with estimates in the past, we have. In 1849, the returns of the investigation showed that 7.4% of the Negroes in the county owned property and 5.5% in the city proper, compared with 5.3% in the 7th ward today. In this comparison, however, we must consider the enormous increase in the value of Philadelphia real estate. Taking the heads of the 123 families known to live in the 7th ward and to own real estate, we find that they were born as follows. The 82 not born in Philadelphia have lived there as follows. 19 have lived less than 20 years in the city, and 59, 20 years or more. The occupations of the 123 property owners were as follows. This shows that the real estate owners are either Philadelphia born or old residents, and that the mass of them are caterers and house servants, with a sprinkling of those representing the newer employment as clerks in the public service, merchants, and the like. Of these 123 families, 62 own the houses they occupy, 20 own the houses they occupy, and also other real estate in the city. 7 own the houses they occupy, own other real estate in the city, and also own real estate elsewhere. 5 own homes.
All right, so look, they're breaking this down. They're talking about the people, the amount of people in Philly in 1856 that own homes, that own property, that have property. I'm talking about black people. Remember, we're not talking about everybody. We just the Philadelphia Negro. We're talking about black people. Out of all the black people that was living there, only about 8 to 10% of them own property. And they did not just own property in Philly. Some of them own property outside of Philly. Some of them own property, different properties in Philly. But they're letting you understand the that 10%, that 10% there, that they have property not just in Philly, but the majority of them, I think like 80-some, I think they say 80-some of them have property other places and even outside of Philly. So you got to think, this is right after slavery. Yo, all black people wasn't catching hell. All black people wasn't catching hell, just like all black people not catching hell today. There's always that small percentage that's good. And in fact, during slavery time, that small percentage had slaves too. They owned slaves. I want you to pay attention to that. We're going to keep going.
Outside the city and other real estate elsewhere. 22 own real estate in the city. 7 own real estate in the city and elsewhere also. In other words, 89 own homes in the city and 34 own real estate somewhere. Returns from 40 of these holders indicate a total holding of $250,000, or if we add in one large real estate, $650,000. Other less definite but fairly reliable returns raise the total ownership of property in the 7th ward to $1 million or more. 63 of the 74 owning property outside the city report $49,010 in real estate. In none of these returns has there been any account of the mortgage indebtedness taken nor is there any means of ascertaining this stat. On the whole, the statistics show comparatively few Negro property holders in Philadelphia. In a city where the percentage of homeowners is unusually large, over 94% of the Negroes appear from the imperfect returns and eligible to be renters. There are several reasons for.
You hear that just there? 94% are renters. 94% are renters. Yo, in Newark, New Jersey right now, what percent are renters? What percent of the people that live in Newark, New Jersey? I'm in Newark. I don't know where you at out there. Like, it's people, we listening. We here, it's a couple of people here. I don't know where you live at, but here where we live at in Newark, New Jersey, 30% of the homes in Newark are owned by the residents. The rest are owned by corporations. Out of that 30, black people are not the majority in Newark no more. Black people are, I think, like 46% of the population.
And Chairman,
46%.
Chairman, I want to push back a little. I don't have the statistics, but some of the 30% of the homeowners, they also own property and rent out in Newark.
No, but yeah, that's true too. But that don't mean 30% of the homeowners are black people.
True.
I mean, that's the point I'm trying to make. Because like we talking about, this is 1895, 1896, when he wrote the book, and he's doing this study in Philly. And he's saying, what percent he said? 94% of those homes there were not owned by the people. I mean, no, I'm bugging. 94% of people living there were renters. Yeah, I was right. It's not owned by the people. 94% they were renters. Like, I'm trying to show that nothing really changes. Now, the stats that we know, the last stats I know about, from a study done by Rutgers University, only 30% of the people in Newark own their homes. Now, out of that 30, what percent is black? I don't know. Like, I don't know. Somebody didn't do the study. I don't have the resources to do the study. But I'm telling you, out of that 30%, you ain't going to tell me 50% is black people. Nah, 50%, no. It's other people. So it's probably like it's around the same numbers. From 18-something to 2026, nothing has really changed. With all the voting, all the superhero, activists, revolutionaries, everybody, nothing has really changed. With the civil rights movement and all of that, we're still dealing with the same condition.
First, the Negroes distrust all saving institutions since the fatal collapse of the Freedmen's Bank. Secondly, they have difficulty in buying homes in decent neighborhoods. Thirdly, the rising price of real estate and the falling off of the wage and industrial opportunities for the Negro must be taken into account. Finally, a curious effect of color prejudice, to be discussed later, has had enormous influence in concentrating Negro populations in localities where it was hard to buy homes.
You know what they call that today? What they call that today? He said they got, what you call it? They said the way they got black people living, the way they got them living at, it makes it hard for them to buy homes. What they call that today? Somebody, anybody, going once, going twice. They call it redlining today. Nothing really changes. I mean, of course he's going to go ahead and blame the black people that's living there, the poor black people, and he's going to blame them for them not having houses. But he just said the reason why they can't get houses is out of their control. It's where the government, the people in power, the people that you pay your taxes to, how they have constructed the society to function. That's what really dictates what we do. And the institutions dictate what we do, how we think, how we move.
All these are cogent reasons, and yet they are not enough to excuse the Negroes from not buying much property than they have. Much of the money that should have...
I want you to remember that. He said all of this is not an excuse to stop the Negro from buying more houses than they had. I want you to remember that. It's very important to what we're talking about for the rest of the show. I mean, because we could go two ways with that. I mean, and we are going to go two ways with that. But I need to remember it. And if I forget, please remind me to bring that beat back.
I'm going to homes has gone into costly church edifices, fuels for society, dress, and entertainment. If the Negroes had bought little homes as persistently as they have.
Let me bring it back. Because he said where the money went. They didn't buy them houses. So where did the money go? Because they didn't use their money to buy houses. I'm going to bring it back.
To excuse the Negroes from not buying much more property than they have. Much of the money that should have gone into homes has gone into costly church edifices, fuels for society, dress, and entertainment. If the Negroes had bought little homes as persistently as they have worked to develop a church and a secret society system, and had invested more of their earnings in savings banks and less in clothes, they would be in a far better condition to demand industrial opportunities than they are today. This does not mean that the Negro is lazy or is spendthrift. It simply means misdirected energies which cause the Negro people yearly to waste thousands of dollars in rent and live in poor homes when they might, with proper foresight, do much better. There are some signs of awakening.
Hey, yo, he said the reason why they don't have homes is like their strategy, like what they're doing. Let me bring it back again, because this is important. So why don't they have homes there? And what do you say, Du Bois? Like, who's going to argue here that Du Bois is one of the smartest people we've ever had in the culture, in the race, or however you want to qualify it? Who's going to try to argue against Du Bois? But let me bring it back in. Let him say why we don't have homes, even though he understands that there's a whole infrastructure, whole structure put up to make sure we don't have homes. What did he say? What did Du Bois say? Why we don't have homes, Du Bois?
Negro is lazy or is spendthrift. It simply means misdirected energies which cause the Negro people yearly to waste thousands of dollars in rent and live.
Misdirected energy. What does he mean by misdirected energy? Voting? Going to vote for millionaires? Walking outside, having parades, begging the same government that's oppressing you to change what they will never change, because that's how none of this works. If the government actually served you, they couldn't serve their masters, the imperialists, the people that pay them, the people that fund them, that give them money for them to become millionaires. They can work for those people and work for you, because those millionaires need to exploit you for them to be able to be millionaires, to be rich. And then the politician is who they put in position to act like you have a say. And then you put all your energy into going to church, into praying, into walking around marching. Who's what is this? It's our, ain't nothing yours. You ain't doing it. You don't own it. You haven't worked for it. It's not yours. It all belongs to them. So you walking all around here screaming, ranting, all of this goofy stuff, demanding whatever you demanded from people that ain't never going to give it to you. And they just look at you like, yeah, they're expending their energy. They're about to go home and relax after they do all this marching. And then we're going to carry on for the next 100 years, exploiting them, doing what we're doing. If our energy...
Live in Africa.
Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Don't be talking about my marching, okay?
Hey, man. Hey, it's good cardio.
We were marching for Dr. Martin Luther King, now. Come on, cut us some slack. But let me just say this.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking last week, and I was saying about the relocation of assets, how if all the churches can get together and just contribute money, we would be farther down, be farther in what they say, we're shooting that 8 ball in that hole. And I really believe that, because I think just self-actualization is that most of our small businesses are the church. The product is what? JESUS, getting into the pearly gates, and we pay a whole lot of money to hear that. You know what I mean? And if we just allocate our money to, let's say, a supermarket or what you're doing, we would be for, because it seems like the African American, I guess when we came over here, we were drawn to the church, and I don't think that's ever going to get out of our soul. So, we need to work within that realm to achieve something, because it's like they're greedy. You see, how many churches, if you go up on Clinton Avenue, Springfield Avenue, we got a church everywhere, okay? And they're making money because they wouldn't be open if there was. But think about it, we can just pull all that money together. I mean, they can keep worshiping who they want to, because I do. I'm a church-going person, okay? But that doesn't mean I can't step out of my church hat and go into my revolutionary hat or just contribute money to those causes. We can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
All power to the people, but it's like, but we got to be real. Why are the churches here? Why are the churches in our community? Why did churches get government exempt? Why did the government allow the churches? Why did this government bring Christianity to the slaves that they brought here? Was it to help them to liberate themselves, or was it to control them? You see, we got to be real with ourselves. Why are the churches here? And if the churches are not here to be revolutionary spaces or means to bring about revolution, then how can we go to them to do that? Because then if they do that, because they're supposed to be non-political. I believe churches are supposed to be non-political, even though they are political. They take people to the voting booth. They tell people who to vote for. But the church is supposed to be non-political. As soon as they get political, they're going to take away their tax exemption. As soon as they start doing that to serve the people, they're going to take away their tax exemption. And I don't know any church anywhere that's funded by the pastor by himself. Most of the time, all I know about churches, your pastors go there to take money from the people. They get from nonprofit, they get grants from the government, and then they take the rest from the people that come there to come hear the word of God. And you said another thing. You said we're never going to get rid of like religion or God, whatever. And, we all learned it. When we were all born, when we all came into this planet, we didn't know about Jesus Christ. Somebody taught him to you. Somebody told you about the Bible. Somebody told you, not you, Bezu, or the people here, but I'm just saying you in general. Somebody told us that white man with blue eyes, blonde hair, all of that was our God. I grew up in church. My mother was married to a pastor. I went to church on Sundays. I've read the Bible cover to cover several times. But why was that church put here? Was it really put here to do what we needed to do? Or was it put here by the people that pay the politicians to maintain the society, to help keep us docile, quiet, and praying when we should be fighting?
In poor homes, where they might, with proper foresight, do much better. There are some signs of awakening to this fact among the Negroes. Lately, they are just beginning to understand and profited by the Building and Loan Association. 41 families in the 7th Ward, or about 2%, belong now to such associations, and the number is increasing. Outside the 7th Ward as large, and probably a larger percentage, belong to cooperative home buying societies. The peculiar phenomenon among the colored people, however, is a...
He said he believed things are starting to change, that black people are starting to get smart and stuff because they belong to cooperative societies. So they belong to these different churches, whatever, where the church is saying, we're going to take the money and we're going to buy property, we're going to do different stuff like that. But he's saying he's starting to see the change because he's seeing people belonging to cooperative societies. Why is that important? Because most people wouldn't even pay attention to what a cooperative is. But Du Bois is a sociologist, and he understands capitalism. He understands what a cooperative is. And he's saying in there, he's seeing changes because people are starting to move towards cooperatives. So cooperatives by the people. And if you don't know what a cooperative is, it means all of us. Every single one of us sit at the table and we break everything down the middle. We working together to accomplish what we're doing. That's what he's meaning by cooperative. That's what cooperatives are. There's really no boss. We all eat together. And that's what he's saying. Some people are starting to break into cooperative societies. That's important too.
Wide development of beneficial and secret orders. 306 families, or 17% of the Negroes of the Ward, are reported as belonging to beneficial societies, and probably 25% or more actually belong. Besides these, there are the petty assurance societies. to which 1,021 families, or 42% belong. In more prosperous times, this membership may reach 50 or 60%, or a total of at least 4,000 men, women, and children. The beneficial and secret societies.
Hey, hold up. Elijah, you here, right?
Who you asking for?
Elijah.
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm outside shoveling. My hands are freezing. Sorry about that, but I'm listening. And I actually have a couple of opinions on this whole church thing, but what you got for me?
Hey, Elijah, you the one that be doing the insurance and stuff, right? The housing stuff?
Yeah.
See, yo, you know what? Hey, yo, it's my fault. It ain't even yours, bro. I thought about it earlier in the week, but I never reached out to you. Hey, yo, I wanted to give you a couple of minutes for you to go over what you was explaining about the insurance and stuff, about the housing. You heard?
Okay. Yeah, let's talk this week, and maybe we can set that up for Sunday next week.
Yeah, we could set it up for next week. No, because the boys is about to talk about it, about how people like put money away for insurance and all these different things. And now it's still important that we're able to do that. But I'm about to keep going into it, and he's going to talk about how the people were exploited back then when they put the money into these spaces. So it's like as Panthers, like we don't say like putting your money into insurance or like taking care of the business, like getting a home and all of that stuff. It's a bad thing. What we try to do is put together institutions where we are serving the people and we're not exploiting the people. And it's not an exploitative space. That's why we're going to let the comrade come on here and explain the work that he's doing, because that's the field that it's in. But maybe next week, I'm going to chop it up with him, and I'm going to give him more time. Yo, I straight forgot. When I was going through this during the week, I was like, I got to reach out to Elijah. But let me finish the video. Hey, yo, don't break your back shoveling, my guy.
What can I?
You heard me, Elijah? Don't break your back out there.
Say that one more time.
Don't break your back out there shoveling. You shoveling, right?
Hello?
You can't even hear me. I say don't hurt your back shoveling. All right, well, we're going to be all right.
Stations of Negroes will be spoken of later. The petty insurance societies are for the most part conducted by whites. Some of these are reliable enterprises, and by careful management and honest dealing, do something to encourage the saving spirit among the Negroes. It is doubtful, however, if they form the best kind of incentive, and probably they stand in the way of the savings bank and building association. Only a few deserve this qualified approval. The large majority are little better than licensed gambling operations. It is a disgrace that a great municipality allows them to prey upon the people in a manner they do. They usually rest on no sound business principles. They take any and all risks, generally without medical examination, and depend on lapses in the payments and bold cheating to make money. Even the best conducted of these societies have to depend on the unreturned contributions of persons who cannot keep up their payments to make both ends meet. There were, in 1897, 31 insurance societies doing business in the 7th ward. The following table gives the weekly premiums required for sick and death benefits in one society. This is at the rate of $46.80 to $52 for a 1,000 life policy at the age of 43, which can be had in regular companies for about $35. The excess represents expense of collection in the gambler's list. Into these companies, a large part of the income of many families goes. For instance, let us examine the expenditure of certain actual families for such insurance, remembering that the total income of these families is in most cases $20 to $40 a month. It is impossible to get accurate returns as to the total amount spent by the Negroes of the 7th Ward for insurance in such society, but answers to questions on this point indicate a total expenditure of approximately $25,000 annually. For this enormous outlay, something comes back in the benefit, but probably much less than half. The method of conducting these societies puts a premium on dishonesty and misrepresentation and the tax on honesty and health. A certain class of the insured get sick regularly and draw benefits and are winked at by the societies as a paying advertisement on the street. Their honest neighbors, on the other hand, will struggle on and work for years, paying regularly, in some cases, 5, 10, and 15 or more years in various societies, only to be cheated out of their insurance by rational agents or conniving home offices, or their own failure at the last moment to keep up payments. Of course, the sum involved is too small, and the cheated person too unknown and lonely to lead to litigation. Let us take some examples. 1. This family lost $100 paid in for insurance by final lapse in payments. The woman was 60 years old and poor. 2. This family belonged to Blank Society 10 years and paid $12 a year. Finally fell 7 days in arrears with payments that was dropped. Had received $65 in benefits. This family had paid in $50, was 1 day behind, and was dropped. This family had a woman insured for $2.50 a week and $50 at death. She received no sick benefits at all. And only $20 at death. They said, we stitch ourselves of our victuals to keep up and then lose it all. 5. A family who put $75 into a society and lost it all. 6. A mother was in the Blank Society 2 years. When she was taken sick, she sent her child to notify them. They took no notice of this on the ground that the notification by a child was not legal and paid her nothing. 7. This man was a member of the society 15 years and his wife 7 years, paid in $354 in all and drew out $90 in benefits. The society then discovered that the man belonged to the GAR and dropped him and kept the money. 8. This man belonged to society 7 years at $1.30 per month and received $20 in benefits and lost the rest through a lapse in payment. 9. This family belonged to different societies 8 years and lost all the money invested. 10. This person was a member of society sometime when the collector absconded with the money.
If you just walked in, if you just got here, now we're going through the Philadelphia Negro, and right now, Du Bois is talking about this chapter right here. This part is about property ownership, and they're talking about different things about insurance, and he's telling us about how the secret societies that in 1895, 96, people was investing money for insurance and stuff like that. And these private societies or even insurance agencies, oftentimes when it came to pay, guess what? The same thing they do to us now. They don't pay. Yo, I'm going to court right now with my car insurance. Like, the car, we got into an accident. Now it's time to pay. Now they don't want to pay. Even though they done did the adjustment, did all of that, now they don't want to pay. I got to go through this stuff. I got to go to court. I got to go pay a lawyer. Because you heard him. Du Bois was like, oftentimes, the money is too small for people to go get lawyers. The people don't know how to go get lawyers. They're not well versed in the system, so they just get exploited. They refuse to pay the money for my insurance. I have to go pay for a lawyer $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 to go to court. Maybe it's $10,000, $15,000 to get a lawyer to go to court. And after I spend all that money, I may get nothing. So I just went and spent all that money for a lawyer for nothing. Yo, he's telling you back in 1856, like that's the same way they was juxing them. They was robbing them. They was robbing people. These secret societies and the insurance companies. He's explaining. He's going down the list. Like, cause to do a scientific study, you need data. You need to be able to go get data. Back then in 1856, as a scientist, as a social scientist, because people don't respect sociology, they don't respect the social sciences. To get the information that we need now to know, he had to go talk to individual people and get the information from them to be able to make an analysis of what's going on. And he's telling you the people that they spoke to that got their money stolen by this insurance company and this secret societies.
And the society refused to bear the responsibility. 11. The mother had paid $54.60 to a society for a death benefit, but at her death, the society paid nothing. 12. The society collapsed, and this person lost $75. 13. This family invested $1.23 a month with a society for 13 years in order to receive a $200 endowment. This was.
And remember, the people made average they made $20 a month. So when we see this money, we see $73. We see all this money. I mean, this thing, how much do you make a month? I mean, put it to that. I mean, so when you see this money, you think $73 is nothing. But if you're making $20 a month, that's a lot of money that you're paying into something.
At the rate of $73.80 annually for a $1,000 policy. 14. This man has paid in $88 so far and has never received sick or other benefits. 15. This woman had belonged to a society for years and was once taken sick just before the agent called. When he came, he was asked to return as the sick woman was asleep. He did not return, and when a claim for sick benefits was made, it was denied on the ground that the woman had not paid her dues when the agent called. In many other cases, the matter of age is made a loophole for cheating. Numbers of the Negroes do not know their exact age.
Yeah, that a loophole for cheating. I want you to remember all of this. A loophole for cheating. If you are allowed their loophole, if you agree with their loophole, that's a foundation for us to start talking or start negotiating. You're already behind the 8 ball. All they have is loopholes. You see, in real life, material conditions, I don't pay attention to their loopholes. You shouldn't even have a loophole. We're gonna get to the loophole in a second.
In such cases, the insurance agent will suggest an age, usually below the evident truth, and insert it in the policy. If the insured dies, the physician guesses at another age nearer the truth and inserts it in the death certificate. Thereupon, the insurance company points to the discrepancy, alleges an attempt to deceive on the part of the insured, and either refuses to pay any of the policy or generally offers to compound for half or third of the limit promised. This is perhaps the most common form of cheating outside of failure to account for the payments of lapsed members. In some cases, the home office pays the death claim, and the local office or agent cheats the insured. Without doubt, such societies use outrageous attempts at deception on the part of the insured, and yet since their methods of business put a premium on this sort of cheating, they can hardly complain.
Their business put a premium on these methods of cheating. That's capitalism. That's capitalism.
The whole business is nothing more than gambling, where one set of sharpers bet against another set, and the honest working but ignorant squirrelers pay the bill. With all the harm that open policy playing and other sorts of gambling do, it is to be doubted if their effects on characters are more deleterious than this form of insurance business. The Negroes, by the crime of the Freedmen's Bank, have been long prejudiced against banks, and this business encourages their aversion to the slow, sure methods of saving. If the colored people are ever to learn four-handedness in place of the slipshod chance methods of living, the savings bank must soon replace the insurance society, and that they can support savings banks in abundance is shown by the fact that they annually invest between $75,000 and $100,000 in insurance societies in the city of Philadelphia. It is not generally known how lucrative the business of exploitation of the Negro in various lines has become. In ornaments, clothes, entertainment, books, and investment schemes.
Hey, pay attention to this right here. Pay attention to this right here. Now remember, this is in 1856 when he wrote this. Listen to what he said right here. Listen to what he said.
Society, and that they can support savings banks in abundance is shown by the fact that they annually invest between $75,000 and 100,000 in insurance societies in the city of Philadelphia. It is not generally known how lucrative the business the exploitation of.
Right there. It is not generally known how lucrative a business the exploitation of the Negro. Now, this is in 1856. He's saying, like, we really don't know yet how lucrative it is. It's lucrative enough for Michael Jordan. It's lucrative enough for what's his name? Michael Jackson. All the celebrities, all these people that you know, all the entertainers, all this stuff that you know, yo, it is lucrative. What hip-hop? Black people don't own hip-hop. Exploiting black culture, like this was early on. Du Bois was asking this question because he's a sociologist. He was looking at the society and he was like asking this question to himself. We in 2026 now. We have the ability to go all the way back, to go back in time, to try to see what he was talking about. And look what he said. Generally, it's not generally known how lucrative a business the exploitation of the Negro.
Of the Negro in various lines has become.
In various lines has become in ornaments, clothes, clothing, like fashion, entertainment, music. Like right after slavery, they were coming up with different ways to be able to still exploit us. See, people, you think you're free. You think because you're not on a plantation, there's no master out there whipping you. You think you're free, not understanding that they just switched it around. They called it by a different name. So now you can work on the plantation all day. No, now you work on 3 plantations. You work on 3 plantations all day, and then you go home, pay your own rent, and then come back in the morning to come work on the plantation. You don't need an overseer no more. You're a well-trained nigger.
Ornaments, clothes, entertainment, books, and investment schemes. The shrewd and unscrupulous have a broad field of work, and it is being industrially cultivated, especially by whites and to some extent by certain classes of Negroes.
By certain classes of Negroes. Remember, it's a class struggle, goddammit. Huh? And that's what Fred Hampton said? It's a class struggle, goddammit. Like when we saying it's a class struggle, because you know it's people that's here that be like, yeah, if it's not all black people, I'm not part of it. Yo, Fred Hampton told you it's a class struggle because you got skin folk that ain't kin folk. It's a class struggle. Like, we don't just make it up. Ain't nobody making this up. Du Bois is telling you right here. We in a class struggle.
Instead, then, of a struggling people being met by aid in the direction of their greatest weakness, they are surrounded by agencies which tend to make them more wasteful.
Yeah, that? Instead of helping, we're being surrounded by agencies that help us to be more wasteful. All these nonprofits, all this organization, Urban League, NAACP, all these people that's been in our community saying they're trying to help our community, even though our communities ain't being helped. The Urban League, all of these people, all of them.
And depending on the chance that they are now. One has only to watch the pawnbroker's shop on Saturday night in winter to see how largely people support them. And it is but a step from the insurance society to the pawn shop and then to the policy shop.
Go ahead, what you wanted to say, Sham?
I want to say, why do we spend so much time talking about people we don't, not people, but organizations we know don't represent the party or the people? Why don't we just focus on us? We talk a lot about the other leagues and these people and all this other stuff. Why do we spend so much time talking about them?
Can I answer that, Chairman?
Go ahead, you can answer them.
Because in our studies, we are taught to highlight the contradictions. It's part of political education and politically educating the people so they know who the enemies are. Because all those people that we're discussing, they are in the way of the revolution. They are in the way of teaching the people how they can obtain, they already have the power, but how they could use their power and how to keep their power and how to fight against these forces. All those people we're talking about are the enemy. And we need to teach the people that so they can understand how to fight the enemy.
That's good enough, or you need me to say something else on it?
I mean, we know. I understand that part perfectly. We need to fight the enemy. We need to understand the enemy. But the consciousness of the people is that a lot of them know the enemy and they still don't care. So
they don't know.
Right. What if they don't care? That's the part that I'm I've dealt with educating people and talking with people, they don't care about that part. They care about what you can do for them. We could talk about the enemy, but they still got to go to the ShopRite grocery store. We could talk about the enemy, but they still got to go to Jiffy Lube to get their car done. We could talk about the enemy, but they still got to go to a school that they know that we sending our children into. We talking about, for instance, with the situation with Paul, we're saying we're against the government, but we're telling people to go get legal arms from the government to go shoot the government. So we know that they're evil, but we still go on using their institutions to establish our own freedom.
Because we can't. There's no other way to get a gun. Like,
so, but why? But
the
right to bear arms.
We don't own no gun laws. But let me finish this point right here. Let me finish this point right here. The people don't know who the enemy is, and they're confused by the enemy. And when we continue to show, you're gonna get a clear reason why. That's why political education is important. Yes, we live in a capitalist system, and we have to use what is available to us. But at the same time, that doesn't mean we don't work to create our own systems. And in these political classes and in these podcasts, we explain how we get to do that. But we're not talking about these things because we want to gossip about people or we don't. We're talking about it because we have to highlight the contradictions, and not everybody knows this stuff. That's why we have these classes and these shows every week. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
Hey, Sham, you think you should trust the NAACP and Urban League?
Do I trust them? I don't trust
no. No.
Are you asking me yes or no? Is it just a yes or no question?
Yeah, just a yes or no question.
It's not a yes or no answer.
It is a yes or no. It's either you trust them or you don't.
But you asking me in that category and way in which it's a yes or no answer.
No, it's really not that hard. Now, when I keep going on the show, we're going to get through all of that and what the books say that we're supposed to be studying, what our leaders say that we're supposed to be studying, that you're not supposed to trust these people. You're not supposed to trust them, but you're saying it doesn't matter. I mean, so it can be either or. It's either you trust them or you don't. So do you trust these people?
Do I trust? You asked, do I trust the people, and it's an organization.
The whole organization. The organization moves through policy, and they have their own philosophy that they move with. So just like
I'm of the mindset with this. I'm pretty sure we said it before. Lamont Green, Spook who sat by the door. Now every single body who's in that room is an NAACP member. Just like everybody who come into the Panthers and whatever we doing isn't exactly a Panther. Even though they might say the stuff that sound good, we still got to be wary of people who do fake games. I pay attention to people's action and intent all the way through, not just. I know the whole entity of the organization.
You're not answering the question, yo.
You're not answering the question. You asked about people in the organization, and I'm trying to explain that there's an organization and there's people. Just like in our organization, you got people who represent the organization, but they don't fully represent the organization. You got people who represent NAACP, which is supposed to be fighting for national color rights and stuff.
In the organization that I'm in, there's nobody in our organization that doesn't represent what we're doing or don't believe in the philosophy of what we're doing. Then you don't need to be in the organization or be with us. We don't do those. It's either we believe in it or we don't. So what organization are you talking about? They don't do what they're supposed to be. I don't understand what you're saying.
So, for instance, you asked about the NAACP. The NAACP is supposed to represent colored people, right? It goes back to color law. We ain't even talking about color law, black and white, why we even call ourselves that stuff. So, color law.
What's the purpose?
You just asked me to answer the question. I'm trying to explain. The whole reason why we have race and color stuff is from caste systems. Caste systems dictated. They didn't have caste systems in China. They had poor and unpoor. We have a caste system where they use race, color, gender, and all these other things that don't affect the same way that it affects people in Cuba. I mean, it's in some parts Cuba and China, and I'm reasoning this because the same way we talking about reading the Red Book, I look at the stuff that's in the Red Book and I make the correlation to what's going on in life. We don't have the same caste systems that were going on in China. We didn't have rural farms. We live in an urban environment.
What caste system do they have?
What do we do? So the NAACP was created. The NAACP.
You're not going to just make statements and keep on trucking. Tell me the caste system.
It's not just those singular questions, so I'll answer it. Like again,
where's the caste system? Yo, this ain't that space where you just make conjecture and keep it trucking.
Right, so we just listen to you. I'm going to shut up and never let you talk. Go ahead.
Explain to me what caste system they had in China.
You're speaking. It's no point in me talking. Go ahead.
Yo, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Right, I don't. So you go ahead and speak for me.
But he just asked you a question and you just keep going.
You can leave.
Because I can't. I'm asking a question. I'm responding to the same question.
Space for you. You can leave. Nobody's making you listen to nothing. You can leave. You don't have to be here, bro.
But you getting upset because I'm talking. This is supposed to be a discussion, though. I got you.
No, you're not answering. You're trying to be a
So
smart.
you want me to answer it yes or no? I'm not a child, bro. You know I'm smarter than that, so I'm going to answer it the way that I understand it. Do you want to hear my long-winded answer, or you want to hear me a short response? I give you a short response. No, the yes and no.
You said they didn't have different races in Cuba or whatever.
You didn't say that. You heard one part of it. If you actually let me finish, then I will let you let me talk. It don't got to be argumentative. But go ahead.
No, what did you say? Just don't lie.
They let me finish saying what I was saying. They didn't have racist things.
The NAACP
NAACP was not. It was an American organization, a national organization. It did not represent people in Cuba. It did not represent people in China.
Do you think the NAACP is a positive organization? Yes or no? We don't have to go to Cuba. We don't have to go to China.
You asked me multiple different questions when you asked me about the organization. I already stated organization.
Hold on, Chairman. Hold on. The question was, one, do you trust the NAACP? If you cannot answer yes or no, that's fine.
That's fine. But don't try to act like I'm going all around the corner. It's either do you trust the NAACP or not. And if you don't trust them, you do trust them. That's it. We move on from there.
I said I don't trust them. But go ahead.
May I be able to speak, please?
Yeah,
I just want to ask a question.
Go ahead,
when he said everybody on the air on the line that when he said a yes or no question, like I'm in my church, right? Someone can say, "Do you trust my church?" And someone would say, "No, but hey, there's a girl named Basil in that church, and she's very political, and she does what she does and does what she does." I think what he's trying to say, do we trust those organizations fully? That's the question I think is missing fully. Do we trust those organizations fully to represent us? No, but there may be people in that organization who can help. And like when we talk about the churches, here I am. They may be a revolutionary general patients and chairman in every church just willing to hear and willing to look. Someone had to come to me and tell me about this, or I would have been still on the same track. So if we put that information out there, they may come. I'm just saying, let's not just like dismiss them wholly. You come from the religious aspect, right, Chairman? But you heard another word and you came forth. And
but
wrong with that?
I grew up. I was brainwashed with religion.
Exactly. You felt like you
Hold the way, bitch. I was brainwashed when I was born, and I was stuck right into the church for me to start to consume that stuff. And then when I started studying for myself and reading for myself, I understood what the whole idea of church was, what the philosophy of church was. So I'll say, oh, I understand what their philosophy is. I can't mess with them no more. I can't mess with that philosophy. So now it's not the individual cop. It's not the individual cop, police, pig that we have a problem with. We have a problem with the entire institution. Church is an institution. The NAACP is an institution. They have philosophies that they follow. We don't, I don't, however you want to qualify it, don't support what they support. Don't support the ideas that they support. So if there's one person in there that's like a good person that doesn't even understand the philosophy of what's going on in there, I'm not going to base my analysis on the NAACP, the Urban League, what they've done, or anything based on that one person or that two person that don't even understand what the purpose of that church is. That's where I'm coming from. But aside from that, we're having another problem here. There's another issue here that's going on that's leaking into this program right here. That's underneath the surface. Sham is feeling some type of way about some other stuff that we're dealing with.
I'm really not.
Yeah, you are. The question you ask me.
You could ask me. You could really ask me, and I'll tell you that if I am.
The question you just asked me. The question you said, why are we bringing up other people, other this? You went through the whole 13 weeks. And we talked about the 13 weeks that it is our duty. We explained it in the political education class. It is our duty as Panthers to highlight the contradictions with all these people. I've been going through this for a minute. You've been around for more than 3, 4, 5 months. Today, out of all days, you want to question why we challenging these institutions or other people in the society. I mean, it's like that's what I'm seeing. But go ahead, talk to me, Shad.
All right, so this is what I'm saying. I mean, I already, if you know me, and even Jack know me, even though outside the 4 or 5 months, you know I've been doing it.
I'm learning about you.
Years. All right, so over 10 years.
I'm learning about you.
So most of the time, I spend time, I talk less, and I may talk less, and I pay attention more. I don't never really talk about any other organizations. I only care but really about what we doing. At the end of the day, that's how I only really care about what we doing. I don't really focus on these other entities because I know what they represent at the end and the beginning of the day. Sometimes I think it's important that we do hone in and talk about this is who we need to recognize as a problem, this, and that. But also, how do we bring that information to people who are already, like we're talking about right now, some people may be tied to organizations, whether financially, whether socially, whether traditionally. I recognize once you disrespect somebody's ideology, just like if I disrespect a Panther, if I say, Panthers ain't shit, right. It don't matter if that's what I feel. You're going to feel disrespected. You're going to be like, oh, fuck what I'm talking about. If somebody's in the church and they say, I love black people, but this is what they learned how to get out of it. If I come with them and saying, yo, your pastor's a liar and your pastor named so-and-so and so-and-so, even if it's the truth, if I disrespect somebody and their ideology before I try to reach where they're at to bring them aboard, because people ain't just mindless drones. There's emotions and other things attached to them. Yeah. So if I know I feel a type of way about the church, mega church. I know all that already. But I know if I'm talking to the average person who doesn't know this stuff, whose mind isn't politicized or socially geared to these things that we're talking about, they're going to feel disrespected. There's been so many times where I'm just having regular conversation with people talking about something. The minute I mention the church, the minute I mention the nation, the minute I mention certain things about black people or certain things, groups that they tie into, the conversation becomes dead. So I think it's important. What I'm saying is that when we talking to our people, we know the demographic of many of our people when they go to these places. For instance, the source of knowledge. Most people don't know this stuff. I didn't know about source of knowledge. Most people who walking in there think these places are institutions for the community.
We got to move on because now we bring in source of knowledge, all that
I'm
stuff.
saying as an example.
Be quick with your point, please.
Okay, so I'll be real quick. That's it. Go ahead.
Because like, Muta, you wanted to say something? I heard other voices there. Yeah, but like this is not a TV program.
I apologize. I definitely did want to say something.
You want me to go first, or you want to go ahead?
It's up to you.
Go ahead.
All right. When we dealing with building, right? You have to make the difference between. You have to know the difference. Who is who? So you have to know that the church is there.
You know what, Muta? Don't say that. Don't say that. Hold that point of view. Because this was gonna be at the end. I'm gonna go through this at the end. But I see where this is going. Like, I had a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. But we could go all the way to the end. Because people think like this is Africa thinking. This is how Africa moves. Let me see.
Who are our enemies?
I'm a Maoist, I'm a Marxist, I'm a Leninist. These are the philosophies that I follow. This, as the chairman of the Black Panther Party in North, these are what I have learned and I was told by Marxists, Leninists, and Maoists who my enemy is, how I organize the people, and what I do. I'm gonna be real frank with you. I don't give a fuck what anybody think. That's not that doesn't coincide or go along with what I'm reading and what I've learned. You can feel how you want to feel. You can think how you want to think. You don't want to be around? Goodbye. I'm trying to cast a net and find people that understand. I'm not here trying to build up a whole human being or get rid of all the ignorance that you've learned your whole life. I don't have time for that. That's not my purpose here. My purpose here is to build institutions with people that are already there, that already understand, not people that are going to be argumentative and try to find ways to come at me. So you want to know who my enemy is? This is who Mao told me my enemy was.
Who are our friends? This is a question of the first importance for the revolution. The basic reason why all previous revolutionary struggles in China achieved so little was their failure to unite with real friends in order to attack real enemies. A revolutionary party is the guide of the masses. And no revolution ever succeeds when the Revolutionary Party leads them astray. To ensure that we will definitely achieve success in our revolution and will not lead the masses astray, we must pay attention to uniting with our real friends in order to attack our real enemies. To distinguish real friends from real enemies, we must make a general analysis of the economic status of the various classes in Chinese society and their respective attitudes towards the revolution. End quote.
Yo, it's a class struggle, goddammit. Anybody that's not in your class, it's not your friend. It's not your ally. That's not who you go into the work with. They're your enemy. Period. There's nothing to negotiate about. If they're in the NAACP, which is an Uncle Tom organization created by Uncle Toms to serve Uncle Toms. The Urban League is an Uncle Tom agency. The church is an Uncle Tom agency. If you don't want to draw the lines, you don't want to say what it is, it's cool. Go do what you want to do. But according to my studies, Maoism, Marxism, Leninism, Pantherism, my enemy is imperialism. And anybody that served them, I'm going to let him play the rest of it. Because if you don't know, if you kind of stuck, if you're like, why you keep coming at these people? Why you keep coming at the police? Why you talk about the police? You have to highlight the contradiction to the people. Like, these are your enemies. You have to say it every day, screaming from the rooftop. You can't be trying to negotiate with those people because you think you're going to get a job from those people. You're going to be able to go work with those people, or you're going to go inside their store and be able to sell stuff in their store. And you think because they're nice to you, but because they're supporting, throwing people into the streets, making people homeless, none of that matter. Don't talk about those people because they're not going to allow us in their store. Man, to hell with them people because they are my enemy. But hold up, Muta. Let Mao finish talking first.
Analysis of the Classes in Chinese Society, March 1926. Quote, our enemies are all those in league with imperialism, the warlords, the bureaucrats, the comprador class, the big landlord class, and the reactionary section of the intelligentsia attached to them. The leading...
What's the problem with that? These are our enemies. These are the people that are all over them organizations, them church organizations, them NAACP, Al Sharpton niggas. That's what he's telling you. These are our enemies that work with that class. Al Sharpton could be on TV. He could work for the CIA, FBI. But don't talk about him, though. Just focus on what you're doing. Even though they're playing offensive linemen for the government that's oppressing our people. Yo, that's not what we do here. And if you feel some type of way, you go keep staying with your organization doing what you're doing. But what we're doing here is we're following the red book. This is the book. We're talking about it there, but I read the book every day to keep me focused and guided. We're not even done yet with what he's talking about.
Force in our revolution is the industrial proletariat. Our closest friends proletariat. Our closest friends are the entire semi-proletariat and petty bourgeoisie.
These are our friends.
The facilitating middle bourgeoisie. Their right wing may become our enemy, and their left wing may become our friend. But we must be constantly on our guard and not let them create confusion within our ranks.
You can't, he said, who is our friends? Our friends is the poor niggas, the niggas in the hood, the niggas that don't have nothing to look forward to, the niggas that's struggling. Those your mans in them. Yeah, we got to try to chill with the petty bourgeois, the niggas that got houses, that got homes, the one that work in these schools, that work in these colleges, the one that's working in this government agency. We got to try to, work with them. Because we need to try to see if we can work with them and shit. But you got to watch them because they will cause dissension amongst your ranks. Hey, before the source of knowledge, for the last couple of weeks, my conversation with Sham has been going smoothly. But since the source of knowledge came along, now everything, now I got to be questioned because whatever relationship...
And we wasn't even supposed to be talking about them.
Yeah, but hold up. Whatever relationship he has with the source of knowledge, that is conflict with what we doing here. So now you got to come on the show and try to ask little passive-aggressive questions like why we got to go at these dudes. You was in a
ask me if I asked it from a passive-aggressive way, and I'll tell you. I don't have to lie and fake around or jump around or none of that.
What you do? That's what you do. You've been doing that the last couple of days. You've been lying. You've been doing sneaky shit the last couple of days. We gonna tell the truth, right?
No, we're not telling the truth because you're lying on me right now. I never said nothing. Look, I never said nothing about you I brought up the source of knowledge as an example for organization. I could have said refound. I said the church. I never said nothing about whatever happened with us. None of that stuff.
Yo, you
Right,
said
why source of knowledge as an example.
You said, why do we have to talk about all these other different people? Why can't we just focus on
No, I'm a grown man. I can speak for myself, African. Just like you can speak for you, I can speak for myself. Ask me a question, and you keep talking about other stuff. We're supposed to be talking about a video. Play the video. You don't got to talk about me.
Man, they don't say.
I'm not even responding. I'm not even saying anything.
Then
talking
leave.
about the video.
Yo, then leave. I mean, if you don't want to be here, leave. You don't want to respond, leave. I don't
Nobody
beg
talking
nobody.
about not responding. You talking about something else, and you bringing me up and asking me
About
stuff that I didn't even say.
You try to be passive aggressive. I don't do that.
Hey, Chairman.
Bro,
Can I speak real quick?
I know how to speak. Just because you have never heard me speak like this doesn't mean I don't talk like this.
You're passive aggressive, B. You're sneaky.
Nobody is passive aggressive.
You're sneaky. I don't do.
So are you, and let me not talk about you. I don't need to talk about you.
Talk about me.
No, I don't need to talk about you.
Talk about me. We here to
I don't need
talk.
to talk about you.
I
I'm
did
not talking about this. We're talking about what people think, right? I'm not talking about Africa. I'm not talking about you.
Why do we have to talk about these other people?
Right. We talking about this. I'm not talking about you.
No, we are. Hey, yo, listen. We are moving on. This is part of the show, baby. Hey, yo, having these conversations is more important than all these videos. This is part of the show. Like we gotta have these conversations in our community, yo. Because what's really going on is stuff underneath that it's not coming up to the surface, yo. Because the question he asked was deliberate. Deliberate. Why do we have to talk about all these other people? Because we have issues with people that he want to do business with.
No, ask me this question. You know what's crazy? The same woman that sent that message asking about the event, somebody asked me, I want to be involved. How do I be involved? And I'm involved with these different organizations possibly, and I don't feel that. I don't feel like it aligns with me. Just like I brought the brother up who's not on the call today, who works for the fire department of East Orange. Just like I brought somebody on here who works for transportation. I be bringing different people, so I don't need to be sneaky or nothing. They asking me the same questions that they may not say it out loud because just like how you did right now,
you don't know the answer,
attacking somebody, they asking me that question.
You're a Panther. You don't know how people.
I told them the answer. I told them the answer that I said this. You can represent yourself instead of the organization. The organization has its own thing.
Education. Come to the podcast.
Right, and so if they hear this, they hear that the church is evil, that this is evil. Damn, I can't be involved in. You saying that you don't care about them. I'm not even talking about us. I'm talking about what somebody else asked me about.
Hey, yo, they come here, right? And they hear
ask the girl that sent the message about the event.
You're not going to tell me how to run what I'm running, man.
I'm not telling you how to do anything, but you're telling me about myself. You don't know me like that to tell me about who I am and what I'm being sneaky. I've been doing this shit way longer than what you think.
You want me to tell you why you sneaky? You want me to tell you why you sneaky? You want me to go there?
I tell you why you sneaky. I tell you why you sneaky. You sneaky because you ran behind people back to go run into the store. You sneaky because you just did this whole thing trying to talk about me, and it had nothing to do with you.
In front of your face?
Right.
Hold on.
Let me talk about me. You know exactly. No, me. I'm not gonna. You know exactly why I'm saying you sneaky. I just never addressed it, so that's fine.
Hey, hold on. You said you spoke. Let me speak. You said I'm sneaky because I went to the store behind your back.
Yep.
All right. So hold up. I was on the phone with Jack. I was talking to Jack on the telephone.
You tell me that though.
Hold on. What's going on here? Isn't this something that should be handled behind closed doors?
Exactly.
We don't do that. We don't do closed doors.
Hey, Basil.
I'm just perplexed here.
Hey, Basil.
You're talking about something we have nothing about.
You're going to know about it. No, you're going to know about it, Basil. Yo, because we don't hide nothing. Everything we do here is above board. Yo, we don't hide nothing. Yo, we was trying to have an event at the Source of Knowledge. Yo, the Source of Knowledge told Sham right there that because they have a relationship with the city, they have a relationship with the politicians in the city, and because they have a relationship with Baba Zayed, all those people came together and met, and they said they don't want Africa and Comrade Paul to be on the panel. That remember, we've been promoting this stuff for like a month now, that we're gonna bring the dude down to the Source of Knowledge. So they told Sham that they didn't want Africa and they didn't want Paul there because of what the politicians and these other activists wanted. So that's what he called. Instead of Sham calling me and General Secretary Patience, the people that have been putting this program together, he called somebody else. And he said, yo, what should we do? They don't want Africa and them dead. Like, I don't want to call Africa because I know how Africa going to be. And how Africa going to be? Africa going to be like...
That's not what I said.
Yo, unless you're saying Jack is a liar.
No,
unless,
did Jack say... Now you bringing up other people. Go ahead, keep talking.
I'm telling you what your
interpretation.
I don't have no reason to lie. Jack said you called him and you told him like, yo, I don't want to talk. I don't want to call Africa right now because Africa, like you know how he be, and I'm trying to keep the relationship that I've maintained with them. And I'm in together. So the relationship over trump everything else. So you asked Jack, what do we do? So Jack said, call Aaron. So now the person that we're supposed to be bringing to Jersey, the host that had the event, you should call him and show him how stable this the stuff that we doing here is. I think that's asinine. I think that's stabbing me in the back because you're trying to do your own thing. So y'all called him and asked him, Aaron, you still gonna come? You calling Africa not here? Yeah? And he said, and Aaron said, yeah, I'll still come. So you know what? Yo, Africa and Paul don't have to be up there. Yo, we just gonna take over there. We're gonna do the question and the action, whatever. So me and Jack talking on the phone, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to walk inside the source of knowledge. I'm downtown anyway. I'm about to go ask them what happened. So you saying because I went in there to ask them what happened, I was being sneaky?
Answer, yes. Because guess what? The same person you talking about who I'm talking to, that's who I go to before you. I've been working with Jack over 11 years. So when I called him, I never said, oh, I'm scared of Africa, what Africa going to say. I'm like, yo, they said that they only want you to speak. What should we do? Before we called you, we called Aaron. When I already acknowledged that you felt that it was wrong, it was going behind your back, we already apologized for that. And I never spoke with the lady. So the sneaky part is you never told me that you was going to go in the store and talk with her. And I never spoke with her until she called me last night saying that you went to the store.
Why I need to tell you?
Why? Because the same reason that we went behind after I talked to Aaron, we called you. We never made no decision. I never said nothing to the lady.
What are you
that's the reason why.
Yeah, you're not making sense,
sneaky.
bro. You're not making sense.
No, that's sneaky. So the part of you going into the store and not saying nothing to me and then saying you recorded it and then I don't know exactly what happened and then I told you I never spoke with the lady until she called me saying that you went into the store last night.
And what you said,
but we talked, and I wouldn't have known that until I said something to you.
What she said when I went to the store?
She said that you got into an argument.
We got into an argument, right?
Yes.
That's what she told you, and then I showed you the video that I recorded.
But I'm being sneaky. But I told you that. Whatever,
you
man.
Told me what?
I told you that I told you that she said that it was an argument. That's what I said. I never said nothing to her. She said whatever. I never said, oh, we still doing the event. I never said nothing. She told me that, and then I said, okay, thank you.
Secretary. Hassani told you, right, that I went in there and we had an argument, right?
Because she wasn't in there. She said whoever you was talking with, you got in an argument with Miss Patrice or the other guy that's in there. She didn't say exactly what you did. That's why I asked you when I got on the phone. I never said, oh, you got in an argument with them. I said, yo, Africa, what did I say? I said, what happened?
You said what? You said you got into. You said they said you got into an argument.
Right.
That's what
I did not say that straight from the jump. I asked you. I said, what happened? And you said, what do you mean what happened? I said, what happened? He said, what did they tell you? And then I said, oh, what? Apparently they said you got into an argument or something like that. I don't know exactly what they said. And you said I should have recorded it.
Hey, General Secretary, come put the video up.
Coming.
Because we wasn't going to do this. This wasn't what the show was about today. We had a whole different show. But since we're going to talk about the source of knowledge, we're going to talk about them. Yo, those class people, you can't trust none of those people. Because those people are liars. They're frauds. And whenever I come around people like that, I always videotape my experience with them. Because when I walk out the room, they're going to lie and try to make me look like a savage. So I'm about to bring the video up.
If you feel like that, yo, say that. I don't want to hear somebody calling me no sneaky, no lie, under that stuff. If you feel like that,
you're sneaky. Yo, you sneaky as hell, son.
All right.
You're sneaky, bro.
I don't know nobody else except you that
Excuse me, can you guys
You're the only person.
Can you guys have the venue at another place? This thing.
No, we already worked on that.
Okay, cool.
Right, and why you not bringing that part up there? I'm so sneaky, but I'm sending you other places. Yo, bro, like, come on. Like, you can't have it one way.
I think that's it right there. No, I'm going to go to that. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about all of that because that's what the show is about, baby. Yo, we're not going nowhere. These are conversations we got to have.
If you're talking about source of knowledge, it is a politically tight organization. And if Zaid is up there, you know Zaid and you do not get along, so you know that would have been dead on arrival anyway, Chairman Africa. You should have known that.
I don't know that.
Well, I do.
Hey, pause it.
Thank you, Basil, for saying that.
Hey, Basil.
We do that.
Hey,
Basil.
Basil.
I'm here. You know
you hear me,
that
Basil?
we do not get along. You know that.
No, but hold on. You hear me, Basil?
Yes, I hear you, sir.
Hey, yo, check it out. So, like, look, when Sham was taking the test, like, he was going through the process to join us, whatever, because you got to go through the whole process before you join us and work on the stuff we're working on. So when he was going through the process, after he finished, I'm like, all right, boom, this is what we're going to do. Yo, I want to bring Aaron down, whatever. So he said, so Sham was like, yo, I think I could get the source of knowledge to do it. I'm like, what? Man, hell no. But he was like, word up. So he went and hollered at the source of knowledge. And the source of knowledge said they had no problem hosting. They probably didn't think it had anything to do with Africa. But once they found out, once they saw what was going on, I mean, it's like, I don't know if I told Sham. I don't know. I'm not going to say I told you. But, like, I know the source of knowledge. I know those class of people. They're aligned with their class. They're not going to talk to anybody that's antagonistic to their class. You see, I already know that. So as soon as they said we couldn't have the program there, I started looking at other places. I already knew. My solution wasn't going to be that Africa and Chairman Paul cannot be on the panel. I mean, my solution wasn't going to be like we could still have the program there. We can be on the panel. My solution was to get another space. But what you call it? I'm not going to go into that. So I talked to Sham. We had the whole meeting, and I tried to explain to Sham, hey, yo, like, we're going to have disagreements. Yo, things like this going to come up. Hey, yo, but we talk about it, and we do the corrective stuff, and we move on. Nobody's going to be perfect. I'm going to have issues in the future. But from this conversation, from what we're doing here, it's clear that we didn't move on. We didn't get an understanding. Because after that conversation, I hit him up. I hit up Sham to show that there's no hard feelings. Like, we got to move on from whatever disagreement we had. So I was like, yo, whatever spots you see, if you look up spots, send them to me. Because I'm looking up spots, too, to see what is nice for us to pay for. So that's what we're doing. There is nothing contradictory with that, Sham. I tried to move on. I wasn't going to bring this up again. I wasn't going there. I wasn't going to talk about, yo, I got a whole program that I was going to do today. It had nothing to do with them. The whole entire program had nothing to do with the source of knowledge. I mean, until you asked me the question, why do we have to talk about these other people? As if you don't know already. As if I didn't say it in the meeting. I haven't said it 100 times already. I mean, so like, I don't know what you mean I'm sneaky. But remember, when he said, when Hassani called him, she said, I went inside the source of knowledge to start an argument. I'm about to play the video that I recorded because I'll be reading the red book. And the red book told me not to trust these people whenever you were around them. So I knew they're probably going to say some goofy shit, so I started recording them. So let me play what happened when I went in there. Let me make sure the volume all the way up. Volume up. Let me put it on. And Sean said, what you call it? Like they said, we could have the event, but we couldn't be on the panel. Yes. And we were supposed to have an thing here on the first. We didn't have an election down here on the first. So Sam called me and said that he was told by the corporate source of knowledge to have the event after the court and doing the panel and talk. Trying to find out what's going on.
I can't hear anything.
Chairman, they can't hear. I'm coming. Hold on.
All right, she coming. She coming. She said y'all can't hear. She coming. Let me stop it. Let me. Nah, because it's important. Because I want you to hear it. No, because this. Yo, I've been doing this for a minute. I've been in the community working for a minute. Yo, this class of people have tried to isolate me for the last 15 years. I mean, like, is this not their behavior is not new to me. I know these people for who they are. I don't come here trying to organize them. I'm not trying to work with them. The only thing I do is highlight them to the community, like, These are the people you got to watch out for. These are the people not to trust. You think the volume up?
Can you hear that?
No.
Not really, no.
Hold on, let me
Play,
try again.
play it, play it. Let me see. Play.
who was sold by corporate social services to have the event. Africa and all can't be in the back.
Call Sonny. Call Sonny because you know.
So Wednesday, they said it was full. And we said, was it 2 days ago?
Okay, you have to see me in a while. Yeah, because I'm very rarely here, so.
Everybody, I like to see it first, man. I don't know nobody called me here because he probably going from. That's the truth.
Yes,
So that's what she told you. That's what Sham said. You was told to him that they want people to still have the event.
I'm walking out.
But how should they be on the banner?
His mom was like, that's not.
I said, I'm walking out.
Even in the movie, when you put the.
She coming.
Hey, you see that right there? That's Captain Patience right there, helping her take her pocketbook to the car because she's leaving. Her daughter was waiting for her in the car. Yo,
that's why even you with the whole, I didn't know I was stepping in on that. There's a construct that he had.
Somebody say something?
It's 80 degrees outside. You gotta go outside 80 degrees.
You got to mute yourself, yo, if you're not speaking.
I'm sorry.
All power to the people. So anyway, so let me play so you can see the rest of the video. But right here, her daughter came outside and the police was sitting behind her. So Captain Patience from our organization grabbed the bag, her pocketbook, and walked her outside. Yo, you got to mute yourself, Asia. But let me play the rest of the video.
Shouldn't be as long. What I'm talking about. What's that there? Right? Come on. That snow thing gonna be crazy. It might be alcohol. Yeah, come on, and then I'll figure it out. All right.
You see, now I called yesterday. Yesterday was Saturday. I wasn't able to get her. I wasn't even talk to her. They told me to come back. We're going to try to talk about this on Tuesday. I don't know what is there to talk about. So as of this moment right now, yo, we're trying to find another place to have the event. I mean, so I don't know, from y'all watching the video, everybody's here. What did I do to these people? What did I go in there and do that is so sneaky, that is so bad, so evil? What did I go in there and do? But that's what these people do. They cause.
Well, Chairman, as you know with Zaid, if he knew you was on something, it's how political that could be. Okay, that was a stop or a say, I'm going to get Chairman back from all this, or he's using his because he got embedded ties in source of knowledge. And when you first mentioned source of knowledge, I was like, wow. I said, wow, he's going to be the source of knowledge, and I know Zaid is on that board. I said, wow, I guess they kind of mended the relationship and let this, because Zaid is a Black Panther too, another part.
No, he's not. He calls himself a Black Panther. No, he's not.
Whatever. But that's he has shown paraphernalia and stuff like that. Whatever. Okay.
Hey, Basil, Black Panthers don't do what he did. They don't go. They don't go tell people in the community not to host other Black Panthers that are coming in from Seattle. They don't do that. I think that was collective. Chairman. Because if you look at some of the and if I did not know you, and some of the videos that you have put over on social media that has come and surfaced up, I will say to myself, what is up with this guy? You know what I'm saying? There is things that people kind of keep in their minds and thinking that they should say to themselves, you know what? I should go to Chairman and talk with him and see what's on his mind and see if we can work collectively. Forget all this other stuff that happened in the past and whatever. But there are a lot of people who are not like that, sir, and they hold that to the hilt. So yes, they do.
They do, and that's why I said I hope that you had a ram in the bushes. We say in church that you can go to secondly to have this organization because I really want.
No. There's other spaces, man.
Great. Why did you decide on that in the beginning?
You're asking a great question. Why did you decide on the source of knowledge in the beginning? Even though you know those people are your class enemies, they won't work with you. They will try to sabotage you. Because the comrade said he had a relationship with them. Now, if I came out and I told the comrade, nah, man, don't even go there, man, don't even go through this experience, he would think like I'm just telling him what to do, or I'm just saying that because I have a problem with them. He has to go through these experiences and see it for himself. He has to go deal with this. He got to deal with it. Now, because obviously, even at this point that we're talking right now, he still don't accept what I'm saying. He doesn't. He believes I am wrong, that you can work with these people. And I'm not going to bend and say you can work with them, because I've known them for over a decade. And I've been reading about them since the 18, 16, 15. I've been reading about them all through history. You cannot work with these people, period. And if people got to do things like this to stop something positive from coming in the community, they got to stop it because they feel some type of way, because Africa is talking about gentrification. The police shouldn't be shooting people in the back. These people shouldn't be supporting these politicians and people that allow our community to be treated like this. Because that's all I be talking about. That's what I be mad about. I am not on the side of anybody that exploit the community. I will never be ashamed of that. I will scream that shit to my last dying breath. That is what I'm doing here. And I'm not bending. People always like, why are you so staunch? Why are you so dug in? Because that's what the books I'm reading is telling me you got to be. You got to be dug in. Let me go to the next one. This is what I'll be reading, why I think the way I think.
I hold that it is bad as far as we are concerned if a person, a political party, an army, or a school is not attacked by the enemy. Or in that case, it would definitely mean that we have sunk to the level of the enemy. It is good if...
So who is our enemy? The imperialists, the petty bourgeois that is working with the imperialists to oppress us. If these people are praising you, they're singing your songs, they don't hate you, then you are just as savage as they are. That's where I come from. This is the school of thought that I come from. If they're not talking about you a scumbag, that nobody should work with you, if Baba Zayid is not going behind my back to do what he did, to try to get the stuff removed out of there, then I'm wrong. If he cool with me, if he could call my phone and talk to me after walking around and parading around with the mayor that's making people homeless, after parading around with MacGyver that threw people in Academy Aspires into the streets for slumlords, if he walking around with them, giving them shield and protections, he is my enemy. He's an enemy to every single person that's been kicked out of their home in North, people that can't afford where to live. And I don't make no equivocation about that. He is in the way. He's not my friend. He's no friend to anybody in our community. So it's like, but it is what it is. That's where I'm at. And that's what Ma was saying. These people should hate you. And they hate me vehemently. So guess what? I've been doing what I'm supposed to do in the community. Because our enemies hate me. And I will wear that badge of honor. Let me play. Go ahead, tell them some more, Ma.
We are attacked by the enemy, since it proves that we have drawn a clear line of demarcation between the enemy and ourselves. It is better if the enemy attacks us wildly and paints us as utterly black and without a single virtue. It demonstrates that we have not only drawn a clear line of demarcation between the enemy and ourselves, but achieved a great deal in our work. End quote.
End quote. It means like by them hating us, by them they know we don't F with them like that. So this is where we was going to go today. We were going to go today and talk about what happened in North on what you call it. You see, this is the whole thing. This is, we went in the...
Is there a possibility you can have him on the program in addition to what you're doing?
Have who on the program?
The speaker, the guy who was going to be there on, I can't think of his name. The Black Panther guy.
Yes. No, okay. The program is going to be the same time, just a different location. Nothing changes. Yeah, nothing is going to change other than the location. That's it. But on Monday, Martin Luther King's birthday, because we're talking about property. That's what Du Bois was talking about. Property. Who owns property? Who owns property in our community? What's going on in our community? How the people are surviving in the community? Yo, Monday, it's supposed to be Martin Luther King Day. Everybody's walking up and down downtown talking about Martin Luther King Day. Even though all the conditions that Martin Luther King got assassinated for are still persistent, the people that are causing that hell in our community, the politicians, walking around with fake activists acting like they're doing something about it while this brother was getting killed. Now listen to this is a resident. This is a resident. We went and did an investigation and spoke to the people there. She didn't want to show her face, but listen to the she's traumatized to the mental health issue that she got to deal with.
It's really disturbing and I don't want to keep getting emotional.
No. It's traumatizing. It's traumatizing. It's a lot to take in.
It's traumatizing, but it's disturbing. And let me tell you something. Right up there, there's calling fire as a mother. Lord Jesus. That was pasty. I thought that when the cops knew, they was going to give us a shutdown. I yelled to kinds of stuff, but they didn't stop them. This window right over here as he was shooting them correction. They didn't care. The bullets could have flown anyway, anywhere, could have hurt anybody. Sure, they had their target, but they really didn't care. It wasn't just undercover police. It was the police too in uniform. It was just wild.
Who approached them, undercover or police or both?
Yes, it's perfect. And a lot of the other people came afterwards at the aftermath, so they don't know who because they had on regular clothes. But the police is the ones I see. So I seen them in two different parts. They threw two of them down on the ground. The other one's in the vehicle. How they shoot their vehicle. And I'm looking at this one. I'm yelling at them, screaming. I'm yelling and screaming. Everyone else is yelling and they're screaming. And they're ducking and trying to not get shots. And we're ducking for cover. It's a lot. It was a lot. It happened. I don't know, because it's a lot that's, oh my God, it's happening, it shouldn't have happened.
So the police, the regular police, stopped the car. It was a traffic stop, or they were already parked, and the police pulled up on them and then searched the vehicle. Like,
when they give the answers that they're giving, and they keep saying the liquor store, okay. They were right there, coming down. They were right there. It was like, I don't know if they went into a store or whatever, but you can see all the way down the street. They were right there.
Who, the police?
No, I'm talking about the young men.
Okay.
And the white vehicle, there was some kind of white, there was a white Jeep. I don't know what kind of vehicle it was, but it was white. And, I'll tell you this. The police shot the vehicle inside the guy. He didn't do anything. They just shot him. They shot him 4 times. He hit the car. His car hit the other car on Wall Street. Ross is across from Evergreen Avenue. Right across the street from the liquor store. When his car hit the car, but that's because the police was standing out of the vehicle on the side of him. First the police shot at the car, then you see the police up close shooting their gun at in the car. Like, go.
How many police was that?
It was quite a few. There were quite a few. I saw it was many of the police because one of the police made a call instantly. He made a call. I'm yelling out the window, call an ambulance. Because, ambulance come quicker when the police call. And all over here, call an ambulance, don't call an ambulance. The police said, we're going to. I said, no, call an ambulance now. I'm yelling, call an ambulance now. I'm like, call an ambulance. Everybody, call an ambulance. He said, we're about to. What you mean we're about to? I said, call the police. Call the ambulance. The other police said, they are on their way. Do you know how long they sat in that vehicle after being shot without no ambulance?
How long?
A long time. After 2 minutes, I was still hearing it going on. But I noticed it, I'm saying, where is the ambulance? In my mind, I'm saying, being this emotional, I don't want to go out there because the police cry now, because I was going to go out there and try to help myself. But I said, I don't want to get caught up because I'm already emotional.
It's like, I don't just feel this because I'm black. That's not why I feel this. I feel this because I'm a human being. That's why I feel this. And then I understand from my studying why stuff like this continue to happen. That elderly sister that you're listening to, she watched everything from her window. Traumatized. When I went back the next day to try to get the evidence, she was screaming out the window, "Police are murderers. The police are murderers." Where do she go? Who did she go to go get assistance to make sure everything that she saw, what she witnessed, that these people are held accountable, that it doesn't happen again? You can't go to the police. You can't go to the AG. You can't go to none of this. You can't go to the politicians. That's not me saying it. That is the data from the last 50, 60, 80, whatever 100 years. The data from what's going on right now. How do we deal with that? You got to study to understand the situation you find yourself in and how you defeat it. What do you do? Do you go outside and march? What you marching for? You're marching to get people to hold the politicians accountable. The politicians accountable that you can't hold accountable through the system because they're doing what the system demands they do. We spoke to them. She said they rushed out, came out, and just started shooting at the car. There wasn't really no conversation. She said they looked like a hit. That's what she told us. She said they looked like a hit, that they came there and they took out a hit on that young man. And she wasn't the only one that said that. We went and spoke to several people. We went inside the store, because it's not just a game to us, because this is serious. This is what the police, this is what the Attorney General and people let out. Hey, General Secretary, you want to read it?
Yes, I'll read it. I'm going to read the second paragraph because that's where most of the information. According to preliminary investigation, plainclothes officers from the North Police Department along with uniformed officers in marked vehicles, were conducting surveillance in the area of Ross Street and Evergreen Avenue in North shortly after...
Hey, pause that. Pause that. They were conducting surveillance. They didn't say bro was committing a crime. You got to pay attention to the words of what they're saying, because everything they say is a lie. You see, that's where we're at. That's where my organization, the Black Panther Party, that's where we're at. New African Black Panther Party, whatever. This is where we're at. You cannot trust nothing the police saying. I don't give a damn if you think your auntie, your uncle, your father's a nice person. Once he become a cop, he a pig too. He a pig. Now listen to what they're saying. They say they were doing surveillance. That's what they always say. when they know somebody has done nothing wrong. Like by them saying they're doing surveillance is to give them a cover for the crime that they just committed, to give them justification for being in that space. Go ahead, continue, General Secretary.
After 1 p.m., North Police Officer Nasheed Reynolds exited his vehicle and approached other officers and a group of civilians that were detained in connection with an active investigation.
Pause. An active investigation. Ew, Nasheed sound black to you, right? General Secretary.
Yeah, Nasheed sounds black and Muslim.
Nasheed Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
He's the one. He the one that did the shooting.
That's what they say.
But keep reading.
I'm gonna start. North Police Officer Nasheed Reynolds exited his vehicle and approached other officers and a group of civilians that were detained in connection with an active investigation. Shortly thereafter, Officer Reynolds fired his weapon, striking Mr. Bay and another civilian, who were occupants of a vehicle. The two civilians were taken to University Hospital in Newark, where Mr. Bay was pronounced deceased at 1:51 p.m. The other wounded civilian was treated and later released. No police officers were physically injured. The investigation into the circumstances of the fatal encounter is ongoing, and no further information is being released at this time.
All power to the people. The other person that was in the car, that was in the vehicle, because remember I said it's not just a black thing. I didn't even know this. I didn't know this till I saw him in person, and then I left. I went home to go do my own research. The other person that was in that car, it was two other people. One of the other people that was in the car, I coached him in basketball. I know this little kid. I coached him a few years ago when he was younger, because I've been out here for 20 years working in the community, because I use basketball, sports, all of this stuff as a way to bring the kids in to work with them. Even though we have no money, there's nobody paying us. But I know that kid too. You see, all of that is evidence of the work that we've been doing in the community, that we are in the community, that we're not just fake people just waking up one day, coming outside, say they want to do anything. The reason why we do investigations, because that's what we got to do as Panthers. That's one of the rules. You can't say nothing, you can't speak on nothing unless you do an investigation. So I got up and I went to go do my own investigation.
Hey, all power to the people. Hey, you know what happened out here with the police last night? All power to the people. Yo, let me lock my car door. I'm coming, brother. Give me a second. I gotta lock the car door real quick. You heard? I'm out. I'm back. Oh,
it's still gonna go off again.
In Africa, Panthers of New Jersey. How you doing, brother? What happened out here yesterday? What's going on?
I'm keeping 100. So I'm sitting there. Police run down on. First of all, they was African
undercover.
Yeah, they had masks. Yeah, sitting there. They run up. They didn't identify each other. Okay. As far as he knows, somebody's probably trying to work it. They're trying to rob or whatever. So he just found the car. He fucked. He started busting it. Right. And he gonna stick around and finesse it and make it seem like, you know what I'm saying, he tried to find more and this is us against him.
All positive people. All positive people.
You know what I'm talking about?
All positive. Now, I know exactly what you're talking about, brother. All positive people.
He said it's us against them. Yo, that's people on the ground. That's people on the ground right here. It's us against them. Who is dumb? Who is dumb? Is the police, the people that support the police, the people that put the police in power, the people, the comprador class, the class of ownerships, landlord, business owners, that the police are here to take care of. The police are not here to take care of us. He said it's us against them. See, I know that. I know who my enemy is. Nobody got to tell me.
Y'all know what happened out here yesterday? I'm with the Black Panther Party. I'm starting to investigate and find out. You just heard? Y'all live around here? Hey, I went to the stores. They say they ain't got no cameras. Their cameras don't work. I went to both stores. Both of their cameras don't work. Now, how your cameras don't work out here? They say they don't know what happened. I felt some type of way about that, man. I felt some type of way. Come in.
Now, remember, the first time I went in the store the same way I went in the store in the Source of Knowledge with Asani and them. Y'all went in there real peaceful, like, hey man, my name is Africa. Yo, see, I didn't record that because I didn't come with that energy. But like, I should have recorded all of that. But I was like, I walked in there. Yo, my name is Africa. I'm with the Black Panther Party. I'm trying to investigate to find out what happened to that black man out here yesterday. I mean, so I'm like, yo, do y'all have access to the camera? They told me they don't have no camera. They said they ain't got no camera. The cameras there don't work. I'm like, did any of you see what happened? They said they didn't know what happened. That's the first time I walked in there because I'm about to go back in there this time. Because I came outside, I see the cameras outside. I go to the store down the street. The store tell me they ain't got no cameras either. So now we not cool no more. Now I see like y'all really holding up to your class what? Class solidarity. You with the police. I don't care what you're saying. If you're not giving up the camera, if you're not on the side of the people, you on the side of the police. There is no equivocation with me with that. The line is drawn. I have that. It's a solid line. It's either you with the people getting shot outside, or you with the people doing the shooting. So we're going to get to that real quick. I don't know how much more I got in this right here. Let me see.
There you go, her camera right here. She said her camera don't work either.
Oh, that's down the street. I went down the street. Oh, hold on, wait. We're going to go in there in a second.
Her camera don't work.
So this
is doing, sister.
So hold on, wait. Now right here, let me go back. All right, so after I left from here, they go to the liquor store. Down the street. They go to the liquor store right here in front of you. You see where there's somebody standing in front of that blue thing right there? That's another store. They should have cameras too. So I walked over there to go see if they had cameras, and I walked in the store. I mean, look at that body
camera. You need that body camera. Can't just be coming out here and lynching people for nothing. They go her camera right. She said her camera don't work.
Yeah, hold on 1 second there, brother. Hold on 1 second. So now I'm about to go inside the store. I went in already. Remember, I went in these stores already, and I asked them for the if they had the camera, if they had the video of what happened out there. I mean, and they're telling me they didn't. So now I'm going back in there again.
How you doing, sister? Go ahead. Now, you said your cameras don't work, right? The cameras out there don't work, right? But everybody coming in here buying stuff out of here. You got cameras all in here. But the cameras outside don't work, right? Yo, these are the people in our community, man.
Hey, yo, they're not going to give up the cameras because they're in business with the police. They don't want to give up the cameras, and then the police, the politician, the other business people, the ones in their class. Yo, and like, I don't want to hear nobody say, like, it's because they're Spanish, they're Dominican. Niggas going to do that, too. Black people do that, too. We in a class struggle, goddammit. That's what Fred Hampton meant by that. Niggas going to do the same thing, too. Just like at the source of knowledge. They ain't want us to go there. They got to give us all these amendments because they're part of that class. You see, you have to understand that, accept that, to go where you need to go. So now, after they done showed me that they're not allies, that they're on the other side, now there's a whole different energy now. Where the motherfucking cameras at?
They been here already all night and quiet, and I asked for the camera. And they said their cameras don't work. Then what y'all got cameras up for? So somebody just come in here and rob people, and the cameras don't work, right? No, so when you come outside, somebody will rob you. Nobody gonna see what happened, right? That's what you're saying?
See the wires outside the cut.
No, how I know you ain't cut it this morning, and I just showed it. The wires are not cut. I just put a video on it. The wires not cut. So your cameras don't work. Your cameras don't work. Yo, that's telling me y'all trying to hide for the police. No, that's what it's telling me. Come show me, bro. Yo, cause I love my people. If they did say to you, I'll be out here checking. You said the cameras are cut. I'm looking at the camera right here. Cut wires. What wire cut, bro? Everybody looking at it. What wires is cut? There's a camera right here. There's a camera right there. But nobody got the video. Nobody got the video. Bro, yo, come on, man. Y'all drinking Rex, right? Y'all drinking Rex, man. Y'all drinking Rex. All right, so what happened then? What happened? You been here. What happened to the brother then? What you mean? You've been out here. Then what happened to him? If you've been out here. And what's your job? To take money from our community and leave, right? What? To take money from our community and leave. That's what your job is? What the fuck?
Hey, who goes to those stores? Who patronize those stores? Is the people that live in that. You say what? We do. Yeah. We patronize that store. We make them go home and eat. We put food in their stomach. And then when they kill us, when the pigs come and kill us and lynch us outside, they're not going to tell us what happened. But they want us to smile with them. They want us to be cool with them, call them homie. What's up, Poppy? What's up? No, you're the enemy. I don't care. Even if you are black too, you are the enemy because we're in a class war. Y'all don't care about the people in the community. Let me let it keep playing, man.
Y'all didn't fight it out. Y'all didn't fight it out. Nobody should be getting anything out of this store. And yo, this store, nobody should buy anything out of this store. Yo, they don't respect black people around here. They don't respect your people.
See, I'm wilding on that. Now he's saying I'm wilding because I'm saying nobody should buy from this store. Yo, if the people in the community, if all the people in the community stop shopping there, yo, go down the street to the other store. There's another store down around the corner somewhere. Go somewhere else. Let them starve. I mean, let these stores, let these business people in the community starve. Where I learned that from? I learned that from UAP Newton. Black capitalism reanalyzed. If the businesses in the community won't aid the people in the community, won't support the people in the community, won't stand by the people in the community, the people shouldn't support them. This is not what Africa's saying. This is what UAP Newton is saying. If we want to take over our communities, how we should be moving. I mean, that's what they're saying. I got the videos of the police when I pushed up on the police and everything went out there. I went out there to do an investigation. I carried out the investigation. And everything that the police was saying was a lie.
Chairman, one second. I know somebody wanted to speak and you told them to wait. Is that person still out there? Do you have something to say?
Oh, man, go ahead, man. Sorry. Y'all, I just kept on going, man. I just kept driving. Who wanted to say something?
Yes, I would like to say something. This is my first time listening. And I'm glad I'm hearing what I'm hearing. I'm liking what you're doing, but you're exposing those private stores, but you can't force them. Now, isn't Newark, like most others, like Patterson and Jersey City, got those public cameras up? Those can be FOIA'd. You can FOIA those tapes from the public cameras. But you can't force the private people to give up their video. So I understand the energy, but focus it where you're going to get some results. That's all I'm suggesting.
All power to the
Let me answer
I'm
that.
Godfrey.
Thank you, Godfrey. As far as Newark FOIA, it takes them anywhere from 6 months to a year to get you the information. That's if they even give it to you. And then if they give it to you, they doctor it up, and they don't get – because trust me, we've been through this FOIA process. The government is not going to give you anything, especially no body cam footage. You're going to have to get a lawyer. You're going to have to go to court, let the judge order that they release that body cam footage. Those stores in our communities that we patronize, yes, they're private. But because we patronize you, you're in our community, you're supposed to help serve the community. So if you have footage of the police murdering somebody, you need to blast it out, or you need to give it to the people. I don't care if you're private, I don't care if you're public. If you're here to serve the people and the people is patronizing you, you do right by the people. Yes, we can't force them, but we do not have to support them.
All power to the people. And that's basically what I was going to say. And the city is part of the system. It's part of the government. They're all going to drag. Yo, this is the police station. I went to the police station, and exactly what you're saying, he's saying. But earlier in the show, I said, yo, I even forgot how I said it. But all these rules, like FOIA, Oprah, you got to put all this stuff, wait 6 months to a year, because their strategy is the more they delay, the cooler the public going to get. The more the public gonna be chill. In fact, after a while, we don't kill like 10 more people. They're gonna forget about it. So let's just hope. But as a community, we shouldn't be taking that. We shouldn't be accepting that. We shouldn't be waiting for no Oprah. And yo, if you work for the people and you are police and you here to defend the people, get that thing up right now. It should be up. Everybody in the community should be able to see what the public servant did the next day. Should see it. Nobody should be hiding nothing. That's where we stand. That's where we are at. And that's what we're saying. Whoever's with us, whoever's organizing with us, the stuff that we do, what we believe in, that's what we believe in. We don't believe in their rules. We don't believe in their laws. We didn't believe in none of their fake stuff that they try to do to get away with lynching us, with killing us. Yo, I don't even want to play this video because we've been here long enough talking about other stuff. So I want to, like, this, you know what?
So the supervisor not here?
Yo, I was standing there for 30 minutes before you even talked to me. There was nobody else there. There was one person in line. He did that dude for 30 minutes. Then when I finally got up there, he trying to tell me, like, there's nobody here to talk to me.
I said, I'm going to speak to the sergeant.
I'm trying to help you right now. How can I help you?
Are you the sergeant?
I'm the desk officer.
Can I speak to the sergeant?
All right, so if you go there and you ask for the sergeant, you ask for who's in charge, it's obvious they don't have to bring that person out. They could drag their feet. You see, but they tell us, you'll go in there and go ask to speak to the lieutenant. Go ask to speak to the captain. Go ask to speak to the sergeant. These people are gonna come out, they're gonna listen to you. Yo, they don't respect the community. You put that Oprah in, they probably don't even file it. That's what I'm saying. It's not a I don't know that you gotta put it for. Come on, I've been doing it, I've been around the rodeo. I've been around. I understand all the stuff they say in this strategy. I'm not off that no more. Either you give it to me now or I don't want to hear it.
Wait.
Is there anybody else I can speak to?
Me, I'm the desk officer.
How long I got to wait for the sergeant?
I have to wait a few minutes till they come back. The desk on.
How you doing, young?
I met you the other day when Romero.
You had me when?
Federal building.
At the federal building? All right, come outside and chop it up with me because I want to get the camera to the brother that got killed yesterday. I'm trying to find out how we're going to get that camera.
See what I'm talking about? Yo, this is how they do when the public go in there to talk to them. Yo, that's why I go through all these processes. To show. This is like, look how they're behaving. I'm in there to talk to them. I'm like, I want to see the sergeant. Nah, the sergeant not here. Nobody here. You're going to have to wait. I've been standing there 30 minutes already. They really don't care. There are no checks and balance. He said he know me. You know where he know me from? Because I was doing the same thing. They were doing a rally for a politician, Baba Zayed. Baba Zayed, Larry Ham, all of them. They were doing a rally at the federal building for a politician, LaMonica MacGyver. And I walked up and I told them people, yo, no revolutionary is out here protesting for a damn politician. Why are you out here protesting for a politician? They got people, they killing people, they throwing people out their homes, all the stuff that's going on. You're in here, you're over here fighting for a politician. And they call the police. The police, that guy right there came with a whole bunch of other police to tell me that I couldn't speak out there. I couldn't say nothing, that I had to leave. Baba Zayed and them called the police. But he's going to tell me he's a Panther. No Panther messes with the police. We don't work with the police. The police don't come and protect us when we're doing anything in the community. The police are on the other side of the line. Yo, when I was walking out, because the video goes on, because I cursed him out too. I called him a pig, a piece of shit. This brother followed me outside. He said, yo, I got to say something. I'm like, go ahead, say it in the camera. Because people think like we don't be working out here. We don't serve the people. Yo, this is who I serve right here. The lines are drawn. I serve the people, the proletariat, the poor people. That's the side I stand on. I don't stand with the people that are rich, the landlord class, the politicians, the celebrities. I don't stand with them. I stand with him. Now listen to what he said after he saw me challenging the police.
This brother, and I just met this brother, and he's a strong brother, a strong man that stands up for his kind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you said you want to join us, right?
I want to get down.
All power to the field. I'm going to come back through and take you, Malik. Real talk.
That's
all
real
power to the people, man.
I'm talking shit you whack at this brother, and he's
those are the people we work for. Those are the people we serve. Yo, I was going to play this video too, but I ain't even going to play it. I'm going to just go through narrated.
Hold on, Chairman. Let me give a quick history on Newark Police. Newark Police was on consent decree since, I believe, 2014. Either the end of last year or the beginning of this year. The mayor and the council and the police department, police union, they all begged the state to get them off consent decree. So they got off consent decree. And the first murder of 2026 is Wally Bay. So that's why the mayor, the police, the council, all these people are the enemy of the people. If you're not clear by now.
This guy was in Newark. He used to work in Newark. When they locked the Rodwell brothers up, the police came in front of their house, brutalized them, and locked them up for absolutely nothing. Yo, they ended up letting all of them go. They went to trial. They let all of them go. They're all home now. Yo, the only thing they found them guilty was resisting arrest. Yo, why am I resisting arrest if there's no reason for me to be arrested? But these are all the loopholes that they have in the system to benefit the system. I mean, but I went to him when he was in Newark. He in Minnesota right now. He giving this speech about the people getting...
Show the Newark video first, because that's the history. Because people don't understand why we hate these people. Why we always talk about
Yo, that's him right there. I think that's 2020 right there. That's him right there. And after they arrested the Rodwell brothers, they came and kidnapped them in front of their house. I went and pushed up on them. And I asked him, like, yo, bro, why y'all got them locked up? I brought the paperwork out. I got the consent decree right here. You're not supposed to jump out on people. That's it in his hand. I gave it to him in his hand. I don't want to play the video. I don't want to be here all day like going back and forth with the video. We're gonna post the videos so you could go online and you could go see the videos. But it's already 2:00. But look, he got it in his hand. But look, who's over it? And what's his name right here, General Secretary?
I can't who.
Right here, the dark-skinned dude, the lawyer dude.
Is that Kenyatta Stewart?
Kenyatta Stewart.
In Patterson, they just keep getting promotions.
Yeah, he's in Patterson now, but that's Kenyatta Stewart. Kenyatta Stewart, the mayor, and all the police that have been attacking my family, coming after us all these years. Because what do? We stand up and we fight for the people in the community that are being brutalized. So we make enemies of these people. We make enemies of the Kenyatta Stewarts. Yo, there's another councilwoman there. The mayor is there. You can see all these people in the video. Let me see. I'm trying to see if I could get to it. I should just play the damn video from the beginning.
Like, I've been doing podcasts with video trying to get it out. What's going on with them? The police arrested them, just arrested, charged them off. That's it. They're trying to find anyone that they got them locked up right now. It's still not done. But come on, you can't get the public service.
You see that's a black cop. I'm asking that white man. I don't know if he's the chief. I don't know, but he can control the whole police station. Yo, I'm asking them why are these brothers locked up illegally. Yo, God forbid it's you that they got in that cell, that they done came and kidnapped. Like, you don't want nobody to go challenge these people and ask them why they got you illegally locked up. So I'm asking them, the other black man is coming over there to come, like, try to distract me and try to move me and get me out the way.
I need to find out what's going on with these kids. If they were young kids, I'll be over there hiding. Yo, bro, like, where else I'm saying? I can see nobody.
Yo, you know what they were out there celebrating? Yo, they were all out there celebrating that statue of George Floyd out there. They were all out there celebrating that statue they put in front of City Hall because they were co-opting the entire movement. People were in the streets demanding accountability. And these politicians did stuff like paint the floor, put up George Floyd statues, tell us like these are all things that are going to change our reality. And today we're still living through the same stuff because these people are not our allies. They're not our friends. They're not here to work with us. Yo, and we have to highlight the contradiction to the people. We have to show the people that these people, generation after generation after generation, are the one exploiting them. Not let the people believe that putting up a George Floyd statue or painting the sidewalk with rainbow colors is going to change the conditions that persist.
Yeah, we navigate. I know these kids. I get around every shit door, shit the way, long time. You know upset about that stuff. Like, I don't know what to say, man. But I need to fight for these kids' lives. No, but be taxpayers, be citizens for it. You need somebody to ask to us what's going on. But actually, if I'm wrong, you can do something wrong. So what you want to do with police? The lie was so what part of you said you got to find out. So like how do I know? Like what's my doing?
Ras Baraka is standing right behind him. Yo, the mayor of the city, the one that's supposed to be doing all of this that I'm doing, he's standing right behind the police right there. I'm saying, we know the police work for him. Yo, I went inside Ras Baraka's office. Because they're like, why you talking about these people? I went inside his office and I told him the same thing. Yo, they came in front of this people's house and they just kidnapped them. Yo, he told me, like, the police said they had a gun. I'm like, bro, the police always lying. They ain't had no gun. The police lying. He's like, we got to wait for the evidence to the investigation. Hey, yo, you're not on the side of the people, B. I'm not going to play games because you're the mayor, because you're this. Yo, we was in his office when he told me this in my face, that the police said they got guns on them. We got to wait till they finish doing their investigation. You can't run around calling yourself a revolutionary if that's how you think. If that's how you...
Chairman, the investigation been over. You think that the mayor went and did a press conference and said they ain't had no guns?
Nothing. Nothing. Yo, that's the mayor standing right there. Yo, they mad at me. Yo, they mad at me. They're furious right now. Why is this nigga coming over here disturbing our George Floyd trophy that we putting up? Why he talking about those kids? Who are those people? Why he over here talking about them? They mad right now. So I'm supposed to stop what I'm doing? I shouldn't ask questions no more because they mad?
Like I said, it's not person. All I want is I want it out. I mean, like if it's on, and then all I have to see the video saying the boys were jumping up and they got killed by the mob, by the FOP, by the end of the he went down for that. He's not. But it's clearly wrong. That's makes it different. Different people, right? So, God lied on you. God lied on you. He lied on you.
Yo, there's a reason I'm letting this play. Yo, there's a lady back there. She's a council person now. She's sitting back there with I think that's braids back there. What's her name again, General Secretary?
Roundtree.
Roundtree. Yo, she's a politician. She hates me too. They all hate me. And it's a badge of honor. They should hate me because they're scumbags. Yo, she's sitting over there. Yo, she's going to leave from that seat where she's at to come closer, pay, like, to see what we're talking about. Then she's going to come and try to distract me to try to get me out of there. Yo, watch these people. Yo, I know these people. I mean, I understand these people. Hey, so I told him about the kids that they kidnapped, that they came in and they kidnapped the kids. The whole time he's calling or fake calling, trying to see like why they haven't been released. He called. He told me after he finished, he was like, "Yeah, I called down there. I told him to release them because he the top cop." He said, "I told him to release them." I think they released like one or two of them, but they kept the other brother for a minute, locked up for a minute. But I'm gonna just show when Roundtree come over here to show you the passive aggressive stuff that they do. And then they cry wolf, and then they go around and they start talking about me like I'm the one that's insane, not dumb, that's putting up a statue after they lynch another black man. I'm the crazy one for thinking that the statue means nothing because they're going to lynch another black man tomorrow. There she go. Look. Look. Look at it.
She was reading a text message that said, "Go over there and stop that shit going over there."
But she looking. She like, how do I stop this right here? She looking. That's the pig. She's trying to protect the pigs. She's trying to protect the police, the one that's killing our people out here. That's what she's thinking in her mind. How do I protect? What?
For you, black first activists, black first, that's a black woman trying to protect a white man.
She's about to go protect him. That's why she's standing there. But it's not because she's a black woman. It's because of her class loyalties. That's the class that she's in. That's the side of the fence that she's on. She's not with the people. She's not with demanding accountability for brutalizing the people. In fact, she went to the Rodwells and tried to get them to be quiet about it. She went to their house and told them to wait for the cameras to come out, that the mother shouldn't be demanding accountability. These are the people that they put in those positions. But you know, if she talk about me somewhere, and like I see her somewhere, and like she talk about Africa crazy, it's not because of all of this. It's not because I hold them accountable. Nah, Africa crazy. Yo, she came over there and she put her hand on me to try to tell me to move. I'm like, what are you touching me for? She talking about I'm in her way. She trying to get by. This is the stuff I deal with. This is the stuff we've been dealing with for over a decade. He's in Minnesota now. They done kill somebody else in Minnesota. And he coming out making the report. Yo, they move on from city to city, from state to state. These people are not accountable to us. There is nothing we can do to hold these police agencies accountable. I mean, and I wanted to show it. Let me see. When they killed that boy, when they killed that man in Minnesota, I want to listen to what she said. This is what she said.
An individual approached U.S. Border Patrol officers with a 9mm semi-automatic handgun. The officers attempted to disarm this individual, but the armed suspect reacted violently. Fearing for his life and for the lives of his fellow officers,
I'm going to stop it there. They go what happened right here. Now, remember what she just said. An individual approached the police or whatever, and he had a 9mm, he had a gun, and he acted violently. This is in slow motion. That's the pig pushing a woman. The pig is pushing a woman because that's what pigs do. Whatever kind of pig they are, CIA pig, FBI pig, North Police pig, wherever you are, these are pigs. And they're pushing a woman that's standing to the side, observing them, because that's what you're supposed to do as a citizen of this fake country. So she's standing there observing, got her camera, whatever she got. He went to push her. You know, they say white man don't care about nobody. White man don't care about nobody. It's white man's fault, because that's the delusion that they try to tell you. Our problem is white men. It's not a class problem. It's white men. So we all focus on white men while black people doing the same thing, getting away with the same crimes. But look, why she push her and why bro go defend her? You see, because this is what happened in the real world. Human beings take up for other human beings. These are his last moments. Trying to protect her, and look how he's macing them. What is he macing them for? Do anybody see the 9mm he approached them with?
Do you see them acting violently? All police lie. Look, what are you still spraying for? There's nobody coming at you. There's nobody attacking you. But you know they got the badge on, so they could do what they want to do. He's still trying to shield him. He's still trying to shield him. He's going to grab him, pull him into the streets. Look how they're hooking off on him. Look how the other one is over there. They're beating him. He's on the ground in a defensive posture. Watch him get. I think he's about to get the gun out of his holster right now. Look how he hitting him on the side. Look how he hitting him. What he got in his hand? He got that can in his hand, hitting him on the side with the can. He takes the gun out of his hand. Look, everybody's still around. Like this, they do not teach you none of this. Look at him. He shot him once. He shot him once already. Shot him again. Shot him again. Acting violent. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this, man. Man, look at this, man. That's what they're doing to white people. This is the society that we live in. If you don't want to open your eyes to it, yo, it's on you. I know the society I live in. I know the world that I live in. I know who not to trust. I know who my enemy, who not my enemy. Yo, if you want to join us in what we're doing, yo, you're going to learn who our enemy is. Our enemy is not black women. Our enemy is not gay people. Our enemy is not it's not what? It's not whatever else, crippled people. I don't know. It's not immigrants. Our enemy is imperialism. The landlords, the politicians, the business owners that side with imperialism. That's who our enemies are. Period. There's nothing to negotiate about that. And it's not negotiable. It's not negotiable. I could play them, but anyway. So this video right here, the General Secretary, how long is this video?
I don't know. It shouldn't be that long.
On that one video, right? The whistles people do when they're warning of ICE. He was there trying to protect, it appears, a woman that they pushed over. So, Director McCabe, I'm just curious, though, if there is no investigation, which at this point doesn't appear that there are going to be any indications they are. They're saying case closed and sealed, right? And they don't give access to the state for an investigation, which, again, that would be surprising if they did. They didn't do it with Renee Nicole Good. Then what happens here?
Nothing. Nothing happens here. Just like nothing.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. So the people have no recourse. So you can go outside, you can get killed by the police, because at this moment, it's been happening for decades. But like he said, nothing happens. So now I want you to go to the next clip, which is Chairman Paul.
Yeah, they're saying the quiet part outside. Before Trump came into office, when you have Biden, when you got Obama, they just lie about it. They just lie about it. Yo, if you're comfortable, if you talk about this stuff, you see them killing people out here, killing our people out here in the streets, and you just cool about it, just talk about it like it's just nothing, then you're part of the problem. Y'all can't just talk about it like it's nothing. Because that could be my son that they're murdering like that. That could be me that they're murdering like that. Because we have no recourses. There are no checks and balances. So what do? You know who your enemy is, and you organize to fight against that enemy. You organize to build institutions in the community. You organize to get guns to protect the community. If every single person walk outside with guns, better wait, man. Everybody here that you see here,
at a rally, they out there rallying in Minnesota, if every single one of them had a gun the size of what Paul got, ain't no police coming in the community to shoot them. You think the police gonna run in there to go shoot them if they all got guns? But if you don't have no gun, you got it in your hip. It's sitting in your hip. They feel emboldened to brutalize you. So people could be mad all day, but if the police walk up on Paul has the right to defend himself.
Oh, no ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you they won't. I'll put a hole in their chest the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replay. That's what's going to happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, fuck around and find out. Our interactions with the police and ICE, and we hold them accountable. We patrol the community and we hold them accountable. The Black Panther Party for self-defense, we're the same Panther Party from back in the day, but we're a little more aggressive now, you dig?
You think if all these people had guns like that, the police would be running up in there shooting people? They'll be throwing gas, whatever they be throwing at people. You think if all those people came outside and said, we don't want to hear none of that, we want you to leave, and they all got their guns with them, that's when we start moving somewhere. Because you can't negotiate with those people. They're not going to leave until they feel like leaving. You don't believe me? Look at the reports after they assassinate somebody on camera. We all see it with our eyes. And they're telling us we see something else. They're not even admitting to the crimes they're committing. You think you're going to negotiate with those people? You're going to talk to those people to change their minds? You're delusional.
Or do you think your Democratic politician going to do anything about it? Are they doing anything about it now?
You're delusional. Was it Michael Parenti died yesterday or today, right?
Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah, Michael Parenti. We had a video of Michael Parenti. And he like, if you think these people are stupid, these people don't know what they're doing, you're stupid. You're the stupid one. If you think you could cut deals with these people, you're the stupid one. It's people that's been writing, that's been telling you about the government, that's been telling you about all these people. But Maoism, Mao, when you read Mao tell you how to defeat imperialism. How you defeat imperialism is by going to the people that are being oppressed by imperialism, and you organize those people, because it's more of those people than the imperialists. It's more of those people than the imperialists, and they're running dogs. Who are they running dogs? The politicians, the petty bourgeois, the
bookstore owner.
Yeah, the bookstore owners. Those are their running dogs. Because anybody that tries to speak up for the people, they will try to silence them. So anybody out there in the world that wants to join the Panther Party, that want to join what we're doing, you have to understand and accept what we're doing. You have to accept our philosophy. Or then you can't join us. It's really not that hard.
And
if you don't
it's okay if you're not a Panther. It's not for everybody.
And it's okay. If you don't want to join them, you don't want to like study Maoism and understand you have to go to the people and organize the people, know who your enemy is, you could go somewhere else. You don't want to be a you don't want to believe in Marxism, that our enemy is imperialism, because that's what Marxism is. Marxism explains the means of production and who keeps it, who has all the money, and how they got all that money. That's what Marxism explains. If you don't know what Marxism is, you got to read it to understand who the captive class is, how they exploit the people. And then you read Mao to understand how you organize those people to fight back. And in organizing those people, there has to be a clear demarcation line of who the enemy is and who not the enemy. But go ahead, yo, I'm done for this week. Anybody got something? Talk to me, yo. Talk to me. Anybody that want to say something? Yo, I saw Elijah put his hand up earlier. If you want to speak, go ahead, Elijah. Wait, come stop it. I don't know how to do all that stuff. Ibrahim, you got something, Ibrahim? Yo, Ibrahim, man, I didn't know you was a nationalist, Ibrahim. You here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
I didn't know you was a nationalist.
I was a nationalist. I
don't
really identify myself with certain. What do you mean by a nationalist?
Nah, cause you against the immigrants too, right?
Oh no. I think America should have better immigration policy, but that's a nuanced conversation from just saying I'm anti-immigrant. My wife is from Somali.
Where your wife from?
Somali.
Your wife is from Somalia?
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy. Word up, yo.
Did you think he was a nationalist?
No, because there was something I saw that he posted that was saying something about immigrants or something.
So we have conversations about policy, right? And I try to explain it to people like this. Like, say my son goes to public school, and I have issues with the way they administer the education. But when it comes to immigration, if you was to use the school perception, they would just say, oh, this guy is anti-education or anti-school, right? Or it's just like, no, these things should be improved. You do need barriers and guidelines. I got a brother that lives in Canada. He goes through certain red tapes, right, trying to become a citizen, even though his wife is Canadian. Every country has policy around benefiting those who are actual citizens versus those who just come here. So when you know, and you know, she lives in man. She lives in Minnesota, and she also runs, you know, a bunch of social services that they investigating right now and got them shut down.
Oh, your wife?
That's what a lot of them do. Yeah.
Yo,
I was gonna make a video on it, but it might get too personal. But I still might, right? Because there are some things about it that I don't like.
That's crazy.
You know, how they bill Medicaid and do all that stuff. But the point is, though, America works for them in a way that it don't work for other people, and that's because they taught them everything, right? They taught them how to do all that stuff, and now they going back and scapegoating it for them. But
I'll be remiss.
I wouldn't say nationalist.
No, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you. So what did they give your wife when she came over?
She came in the early '90s, during the Civil War. She was and they didn't come directly here. They bounced around from country to country. They probably was here when the Civil War broke out. They bounced around from country to country before they was allowed to come here. But so what happens? I don't know exactly what they gave her, but I know how they do. So they'll take us somewhere like upstate Massachusetts or something, or Maine, and they'll say we need to get a greater population because we can use that greater population to get more federal dollars. The same thing they do with black men and incarceration, right? Build the prison here, and we could count them as the city population. So they send them up there, and because they came from a war-torn region, they I can't even think of the word right now. But there's this, God, man, I can't even think. But anyway, when you come here, you get day one benefits, right? And then, like, the levels of benefits go up and up and up and up and up. That's how all the Somalis got to Minnesota. They start to do things for them, and the state of Minnesota, unlike a lot of states, opted into the federal government and said, instead of privatizing our social services, we're going to allow our citizens to service to other people so they can have the dignity and integrity of getting these social services in their home, whether it be adult daycare, autism services, which is EIDDI, HHS, which is housing, like all of this stuff, right? So they you kind of caught me off guard with this stuff. But the DHS sets out, and they pretty much educate them on all of this stuff, and they teach them how to create businesses, and they teach them how to build Medicaid, and they do everything for them, man. And like that was one of the things I was amazed when I got up there to see. I'm like, the government is working for them like they should work for all Americans. What?
The thing, it asks for your ink.
All right, I'm about to come and put it in.
Yeah, go ahead, do what you're doing. Do what you're doing. All power to the people.
Yeah.
All right,
I just say that my like perspective on immigration policies is they tend to come over here by giving them a lot of things that they won't give to the people that's here, whether you immigrated or not, because they just want new numbers. my thing with the policy is that the benefits should start with the people that's already here, especially the people that built this country, not people that's just coming over because you can hand out some treats, and that's what both parties do, right? And it's a way to undermine the labor class, right, to lower the floor. So I think America should have better influence.
As soon as we done with the Philadelphia Negro, I think we should have a show on that, to show what they actually get, what they don't get. Yo, because my parents are immigrants too. And I know a lot of immigrants that came. Most of the immigrants I know that come to America, they go to the hood. They live right in the hood. It'd be like 10 of them in one apartment. I mean, the only immigrants I know that get special privileges is the one that served the United States when they're around the world oppressing people. Yo, they come over here, they get businesses, all kind of stuff. I mean, but be that, they say, mate, man, we need to do a whole show on that. So anybody got something before we wrap up for today?
I'll just say this as well. They are like middle class. Even within their community, I see class, right? I see those who live in the suburbs. I see those who still live in the projects and barely get anything. So like that's another dichotomy within their tribe, right? They're extremely tribal. They're and it's like a class thing, But yeah,
they're big on that class thing. I'm telling you, these Europeans went everywhere, man. It's a class struggle, no matter where you at. Mike check, where the CEO at? He dropped off. I heard him. He was like, Mike check. I guess it's time to go.
Okay, here you go. I had to come back in. I had to unmute myself. Real quick, Chairman and Sister Patience, because I was moving some furniture around the house. How did you make out with Brother Kyle with the refile, and what was the reason why they canceled on you down at the bookstore?
So the refi the date is not available, so we can't use it. And they canceled the bookstore because they sat around with the council, with Baba Zaid, and they all decided as a collective, if we want to have the event at the bookstore, we can, but Chairman Afrika and Chairman Paul Birdsong would not be allowed to be on the panel. And that's a no-go because that's not what the program is. The program is centered around our elder Panther, Aaron Dixon, who's supposed to give us advice, wisdom, and knowledge to move the legacy forward. So he is speaking, an elder leader, Panther, captain of the Seattle chapter, is passing down the legacy to the new leadership of the Panther Party. And so it wouldn't make sense that the leadership is not on that panel speaking to the elder.
This is an event that you guys want to give, and what does Baba Zaid got to do? She's going to talk to Emma Sani or Sister Patrice and saying, look, we need some space down here to present this, brother. Because
Baba Zaid, the bookstore owner, the mayor, the council, they all have relationships. And we're not part of that. Right. I know she has I know Patrice took a picture with the mayor, and when I heard the council, that's the first thing that popped up in my head. I said, the mayor. Yep.
Hey, yo, but not only that. Yo, they got businesses in Africa. Hey, yo, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, Ras Baraka, he has property and businesses in Ghana. I mean, he's setting himself up to be good. Like, these people work together. They're business partners. Like, I understand where they're coming from. I mean, but like, till next week, man, all power to the people. I live for the people. I die for the people. With no regrets.
Well, Chairman,